Buonasera tutti. Good evening and welcome to Fate's Court.
What was that?
Campaign 2, Episode 2, Treasures and Tales. Did I do that right? Is that right? Is that, yeah?
It is now.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It's canon now.
It is canon now. How are we all doing? It took so long for last week to turn to this week. I have no idea. It seems like it's been a month since we've done this. So I'm really excited. How's everyone feeling?
Still a bit nervous about playing a new character, but
Yeah.
I'm liking where some things are headed.
I'm wondering if my accent's going to change.
I asked, I think, nearly everyone at the table, because I haven't seen you since last week, but I think I asked everyone else at the table, I was like, did I play my character okay? Was it all right?
No.
Maybe you need to loosen up and say fuck a few times.
No, we don't say that on stream anymore.
Maybe you should just say it before we stream today and go.
No, I did at the end of last session, but after Michaela officially, I just remembered something we have to do, but we'll talk about it during break.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining. This is an amazing turnout.
No, I'll just announce it during the announcements. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Sure. Well, in that case, let's move straight into the announcements. Would you like to go first, please?
Yes, I would. So you probably have noticed Velo finally has some art up there. Check out the overlay. You'll see Velo floating in the air, hurling some very cool silver disc. Massive shout out to the artist who gave me the commission, Easy Menendez, a brilliant D&D artist who's made a lot of other pieces, based out of Argentina. Very cool.
So cool.
So you can check him out on Instagram. You'll see him linked on the Twitter as well, and you can see another JPEG as their art. Jump in, give him a follow, and yeah, if you want anything in the same style, he'll knock it out very quickly for you.
I have to say, how did we ever think that we'd get in contact with someone from bloody Argentina to do art for us? It's just crazy, and it's so cool
all around the world.
All around the world, it's so cool to see these artists doing this sort of art from other places. It's amazing.
Yeah, the thing that was so cool is I just kind of gave him the briefest of descriptions, and he gave me back exactly what I was imagining, which was really cool.
Might be the South American artist because they got the same thing from Brazil.
There we go.
Like 2 messages, and then it's like, oh, here's your art. Sweet.
So good.
So
Awesome.
We've had Brazil.
That's from the
Nicaragua
US.
came from Lebanon. Where'd
Wow.
Hood come from?
Ooh, I said this the other day.
Rook came from the US. Where did Hook come from?
Good.
No, I don't think it was.
Rook was the
Oh,
US.
Rook was, yeah, it was from the US, yeah.
I'll check it out later. It's all good.
I'll find it out.
In the meantime, would you like to do the next shout out?
Yeah, so there's 2 shout-outs that I have. The first one is to Talera and Ham and anyone else who has contributed to the wiki, which is growing. If you want to know what this wiki is, it's basically like a summary of all of the stuff that we did in Campaign 1, slowly being added, as well as Campaign 2 is starting to come together already. I know they've sent some like drafts of things they want to post, which is awesome. So thank you for that. The URL is base-grip.fandom.com, which is just bizarre.
Amazing.
And you'll be able to see all of the hard work that they're doing there. The second shout out is to someone we were discussing earlier, and that's to Promethean, who we played Dead by Daylight with the other night. It was lots and lots of fun. The reason I'm shouting this out is there was a bet made on stream that we have to pay up for tonight, and that he'll be paying up for on OzQuest. So we played around where it was like, if he as the killer killed all of us, he would have to do a shoey. If all... Huh? No one's doing a shoey. If we all survived, he would have to do a shoey.
What?
Did I say the wrong thing?
Yes.
If we all died, I'd have to do the
Yeah,
shoey.
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And if...
You can use my shoe.
I'm good. And if he... Yeah, you get it. You get the point.
Sure.
Anyway, the bet was, we were like, if neither of those things happened, what do we do? And so we promised that if that happened, we would do a double shot on stream. And he also has to do a double shot on stream.
Cool.
For the OzQuest channel. So I guess after the break, Jordan, I'm sorry, you're going to have to break your sobriety to do a double shot with us.
Whoops.
Emily, greatest sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Hey, I didn't suggest the shot. I suggested the shoey because he's done one on stream.
Am I vetoed from Chewie?
No one's doing a shoey.
Okay, good.
No.
But you are doing a double shot.
Right, yes.
You guys don't have to. You weren't there.
Okay.
But
we doing
you
that
can
tonight?
if you want.
I'll
No.
probably. I like it.
Yeah, we
in the
have
spirit,
to after the break.
I have rum in the cupboard.
Beautiful.
In the spirit of, you know.
Oh yeah, I'll do a double shot.
D20 gets off scot-free because he couldn't speak, nor
That's
could he
fair. That's
consent
fair.
to the challenge. So
It's good because
I
he
like
couldn't yell at me for blowing up his generator
Correct.
5 times.
he also couldn't distract us with his meaning. No, I'm joking. We love you, D20, kind of.
So nice.
He did, however, I'm not going to swear. He did, however, have every chance to escape. We all went and saved D20 from Promethean, and we're standing there championing him at the end, get out, survive. We all risked our lives to D20, and he literally ran into Promethean on purpose. At the end, I was so angry.
Wow.
It was awful.
It's
Well
not
done.
easy to carry you, D20.
Well done.
But it
That
is
was very
fun.
impressive.
It is fun, very fun actually. I'd like to do that again.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, with that, I'll pass it over to you.
Sweet. I'm going to give a little shout out to You Are Wizards. I ordered some dice and a dice box that are very Sid Degenerate themed. If you probably need to zoom in a little bit on the overlay, but if you go onto his art, he has inspired by, I guess, Nordic runes tattoos all over him. And on their store, I found some dice. I don't know how well you're going to see them, but
You've done it
they
pretty
are
damn good.
very intricately etched on glass. Some Nordic rune themed dice.
Should we get a picture of it later and put it up on the Twitter?
And the dice box as well. So they finally showed up. So that's what Sid will be rolling, and hopefully they roll well.
Beautiful. Nice. A couple more things. The episode 1 of season 2 is on YouTube. So you can get yourself on there and watch it afterward and for a very long time. And secondly,
For a very long time.
and
Until we get embarrassed.
until we get embarrassed. Secondly, and really cool and fun, we now have a podcast, which is fantastic. So I was
Good job, Michele.
Good job.
Yay!
Put
So
a stop the boys.
so the podcast is up on Apple Podcasts at the moment, with the hopes of spreading that out to other areas.
Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify. And so if you do have access to Apple Podcasts and you can't actually watch the episode, you can go onto the Apple Podcasts and just look up Fate Script and you'll see it.
You'll get to hear Michele's sultry tones at the
Yeah.
start.
Easy
Yeah,
listening
I
on
did
Fate Script
another-
podcast.
It's very sexy.
That was, yes. So, yes, I did another
Hey,
little
girl.
intro because, podcasts, you can't just go in anyway. But that's fun. So that was good to do. I think, again, that consistency is key. So we'll get that done every week for everybody and we'll go from there. Someone has something else they want to say.
No, I'm just putting it there.
Yeah, just a placeholder there. Nice.
Some placement.
Hello, Ardent. Thank you so much for your AR. It is amazing. And we might get to do that this evening.
What?
Ooh,
What?
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. Cool. Well, what else do we have to share before we go into the intro?
1 week left of Meeples and Dragons giveaway.
Yes.
Please enter that. It's the pinned tweet. And yeah, thanks, Arden. We
Board
love
game
you.
of glasses.
Board game.
Yeah.
Board game.
Class. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
We'll draw that next week. Yeah, absolutely.
We won't draw it. We'll just...
It's not hard to draw. We could try. No, we won't.
Jeez.
So,
Sorry, Meeples. It's fine.
with that, let's try this intro again in a much better format for your viewing pleasure.
Hopefully.
Sit back and enjoy the intro of episode 2. Well, Fate Script. Okay. So, that was the intro. If you missed it last week, I hope you enjoyed it this week. So, rewatch it, go back, have a look. Why not? Let's recap. So, last week, you rose over the vast city of Old Reki, reminiscing about your conversation in the inn of the new day, of the poisoning of the Mouse King's drow guard, and of your shenanigans against Leela, the barkeep. You were on the hunt, on the Mouse King's request, to seek out treasures and artifacts in these hills. And you found them, but you also found danger in a stone gargoyle surrounded by other still unmoving, similar-looking statues with an ancient elf face who attacked. You defeated the stone beast and saw, while investigating the area of the Elven Well, a book and a beautiful, beautiful stone, all in the company of an associate to the Mouse King called Tinier.
Tinia, I think.
Yeah. Good old Teddy.
I regret everything.
Dinner.
So, as Tinier and Yuhud find this rock that is within the earth, as you brush back a little of that dirt, it's a light grey dirt, a little bit wet it seems around this stone, which is odd because the ground outside of that is dry apart from the small puddles that surround you. Looking around for a moment to see where this liquid might have emanated from, you look up and there's no canopy of trees overhead. It's quite a clear, bright sky, becoming mid-morning, where the three suns look upon you. Tinier is touching the stone and just brushing more with a small cloth that she got from her backpack. She's brushing a little bit of this rock, and beneath it, once again, the most clear, almost glass quartz. But then as your gaze looks past and through, just a rainbow of colors, a spectrum of illuminating purples, blues, greens, yellows, oranges, just overcome your senses with light. By far the most beautiful thing you've seen. So soft. You all look over it as well, looking around, almost hoping, thinking that someone would get it at any moment and take it away from you, almost coveting it. You see the pale blue fog above each of the puddles that surround you now. They seem to be ever so slightly more prominent, thicker. But they don't do anything. You gathered some of these mushrooms as well. The marg mushrooms, and you put them away. And Tinier looks towards you. She says, "These are pretty damn good. This one. Must be another 4 feet underground."
I'll be kind of holding myself up. And I'll kind of shuffle over to Tinier. I think I may need a little bit of healing to fully appreciate this.
Yeah, sure. And she rumbles in her pocket, pulls out this horseshoe that has one cork in each sort of area at the end of each horseshoe, and it's glass, a small vial, and there seems to be a brown liquid on one side and a blue on the other that seem to not meet or mix. And she says, "Take the blue one, don't touch the brown one."
I'll adhere to her advice and pop the cork on the blue one, and take that.
As you sip that blue liquid, it's fresh and light along your mouth, almost like mint, this strong mint. And as you drink it, you regain. That's
Level 2, great, thanks.
Did you forget your dice?
No, there you go. Excuse me.
Hold on.
We'll get to that. Thank you very much.
87. And you level
It's
to
true.
level 20.
Lol.
Oh,
That actually wasn't that 20. I
Got it.
was
I
so
know, I
angry
know.
about that.
You
What a waste.
wasted it.
I know.
Elmcraft, thank you very
Hey,
much.
what a waste.
So, as you
can't wait till you
regain,
die, Bella, and then we re-roll a cleric. Come back.
Wow.
Come back as
as you regain 5 hit points,
I'm happy with 5. That's good.
that's a big roll. As
Now
you-
level 1.
That's right.
Brings
As
me
you-
up to max HP.
Oh, as you regain, those wounds soften and heal
Oh.
and scar over. She says, "You should really take a look at this. Isn't it amazing?"
I'll clasp my hand on her shoulder, and kind of look down, take a second observation. You say 4 foot deep?
Well, it's 2 out of the ground, but looking at it, it looks like it's at least 4 foot underground. Yeah.
And the Mouse King would be happy with this, yes?
I think so. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
These are the same giant mushrooms that are adjacent to the statues we fought, right? Or
They're
we-
all over the place. It's not the statues. It's not the mushrooms that she's talking about. It's this rock that seems to be covered in this dirt,
Right.
and sticking out a little bit of ways from the well.
Right. So I'm going to plan next and go. Is there any way we can? Are you going to try and dig the whole thing up, or should we break some off?
Well, look, break some off, and you're going to get not as much for your cut. Pun intended. But if we try and dig, it'll take a while. I've got some shovels.
It's bad luck to break stones that you don't know whether they're precious.
Might you be able to identify it?
I can try. Can I figure out what it is?
Are you making another Arcana check?
Is it magical? I don't know.
Figuring out what it is, you'd probably make a nature check
Okay.
to see if you
More
know.
like the material.
Okay,
like,
so
is
that-
it
yeah,
is it glass?
nature.
Is it crystal? What is it?
It's in the box.
It's really pretty.
It is
Oh,
really
six.
beautiful. You definitely know it is quartz of some kind, but hardened. It looks what it looks like is as you brush off more of that dirt that makes up caked and aged with time. It looks like slate, layers and layers of what slate would look like on top of each other, like layers of a pizza, one on top of another, and sort of jutted outward in a diagonal way, about a foot out and 2 foot above the ground. Apart from that, it just looks beautiful underneath.
Have you ever eaten a pizza?
Yes.
No, I don't think I would have. I'm not sure what that is, but
It's really yummy. You'd like it.
Bread and cheese.
well, I like both of those things. This could be good.
And other things as well. Different things like mushrooms or meats. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like layers of a pizza, but it looks like quartz. I don't know. It's just really pretty.
Tinia, I think what Luna is alluding to is pizza going to help us get rid of this stone.
What? No, it's not. A good knife is, or a good shovel, or I mean, look, it's heavy. It's really heavy. It'll need probably, not you,
Yes. Thank God,
Um,
not me.
not you.
Bella
Yeah,
looks relieved when you say that. I'm not digging this up.
probably you two. and me to dig it up, and maybe you two to carry it. Even then, it's heavy. I don't know whether we'll make it all the way down. You can try.
From your assessment, how much do you think this stone would fetch?
Fetch? No idea. I've never seen something like this before in my life. I don't think the Mouse King has either. Maybe no one has. Maybe it's unique.
I'm going to look over to the gargoyles.
In that case, it's priceless.
Do you think those things had anything to do with this stone? And I point towards the gargoyle statues.
How would I know? I think they would. I mean, she sort of looks over a little bit. One of them came to life, so yeah, probably it was a. Let's roll something here to see if she knows much. No idea. They looked like they were guarding the well because they were all facing out of the well, and the rock was a little bit away from that. But maybe at some point the well was a part of the rock. I don't know. Maybe there's more of it underneath, and it's just out of our sight.
We smashed the rest of those statues, right?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Yeah, you summarily cut them down, and you look around and you see broken stone wings of black stone all around you. These heads lopped off. By far, if none of them would ever come to life, even if they could have.
Sid, didn't you say your family worked in the mines?
Yeah.
Have you ever been out there before?
To the mines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live there.
No, like the actual, like where they get the stuff from.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
No.
Were you ever taught, like, how to dig something up or get it out safely?
Yeah, did you go to digging
Yeah.
school?
Do you need to be taught?
No,
how to
I
dig?
mean
You
like,
never played in the dirt when you were a kid?
no.
I play in dirt now.
I grew up in a city. Anyway,
It's no better time to learn, and I'll walk over to the statue rubble.
I just mean
Yeah.
safely, without damaging it. Because anyone can just go,
You gotta start somewhere. And I'll look for maybe the lower jaw of some of these statues and maybe bits of wing, things that you could use to scoop out dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll chuck a piece towards Luna and start digging around the stone.
I'll yell out
So you
to
had shovels?
I got 3 shovels.
Sid. I'm assuming that means we have your consent on taking this back then?
I give you my blessing.
Dinier, it looks like we're taking this back then.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get to it, shall we?
how are we going to carry it?
I have no idea. 4 foot long, yeah?
Well, no, 4 foot under the ground, I'm guessing, and 2 foot up above.
Length?
Yeah, so 6, and about a foot and a half wide. I don't know how heavy it'll be.
It doesn't need to come in one piece. You seem pretty adept at smashing the statues.
Don't smash them. It's really bad luck.
She says don't smash them. I think a whole is going to be more valuable.
Maybe a sled? Maybe if we could build like a sled and pull it down the mountain?
We were on a week-long trip, weren't we? Through like a hinterland or something, wasn't it? We didn't run into any trouble along the way, did we? It was actually
None.
pretty-
It was smooth.
Yeah.
You do recall that some of the slopes were angled quite sharply. You did even have to climb that 90-degree with picks.
Yeah, mate, I remind you, we had to do some climbing and things.
Yeah. No, I know another way
Do
around.
you have harnesses?
Yeah, no, I know another way around. It'll take a little longer, but it's okay.
Velo can fly.
She won't be able to carry the
Oh,
stone.
No, perhaps that could be useful though. We'll be carrying this thing, and it'll look like a giant beacon. Might attract all kinds of trouble.
Look, it might, but if we know that it's valuable, obviously people will come from flock over to no offense, flock over to see what it's all about. So surely if we do get trouble, it's for good reason. It means it's valuable. The Mouse King will pay handsomely.
Hams.
Well, he won't pay in hams. Handsomely is, I have a list.
valuable may be fact, but if we're dead, it won't be valuable to us.
You're right. But like I said, we'll take the other way around. We won't hover it above the air, so so everyone can see it. I'll get a blanket. I'll hide it above, and we'll be fine. It'll be hidden.
Then your blanket will be all dirty.
It's fine. I'm an adventurer, like you.
And she's part of the Finders Righteous, yeah?
Yes.
And how long have you been with the Finders Righteous for?
Ooh, must be 3 years then.
And how many of these excavations have you been on?
Dozens and dozens. I've never seen something like this before. I've probably never seen most things before which I've come across. But they're all been unique. They've all been unique. They've all been just
Think of your most uniquest one.
our uniquest.
What's the coolest thing you found?
This.
Other
This
than
rock.
this, Fry.
Oh wow.
Probably that statue that came to life and tried to.
That was close second.
What was the
about
most
that?
uniquest thing that fetched money?
I fetched some money. Oh, I'm not really part of the back and throw with. I mean that the Mouse King has a silver tongue.
You don't know how much you get paid?
I know how much I get paid, but I don't get the same sort of cut. I'm on a salary, you see.
What? Yes, okay. Well,
What do you mean you're on a salary? It's a vegetable.
What's a salary?
Does anyone here have celery?
I
I
don't-
would have been.
Maybe from your world.
I would have been digging that whole time.
Okay, could you make me
What?
one dexterity check?
Are you on fucking smoker? Or are you gonna give me a hand?
I'm old.
all right, Sid.
Make a dexterity
I
and
was
then
told
make
I'd
me
be
a strength.
useless.
Well, fuck these dice already. Dexterity is a natural one.
Oh.
That's the first roll.
Hey.
Did you
First
have
roll of
your-
the night.
Oh,
First
oh,
roll.
I was so
Well,
close.
yeah.
Did you see that? I was like,
Well, it's a nat one, but the modifier just for a dexterity check.
Yeah.
It's a +3, so 4.
Yep.
Strength is
Thanks
a
for the follow.
14 minus 1, so 13.
13. Okay. Well, you all
who followed us?
roll playing gamers. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks.
So here's what happens. You've got you've got lots of strength in your arms. You go in, and the rock is no match for you. You start digging, but as you do, you slip, and about half a foot down, you hear a clink as part of this stone gets chipped off, and the shovel that you were using also has this massive ding in it. And you hear an audible gasp from Tinier. What did you do?
I made it lighter. What did you do? Talked about digging it out, didn't you?
I've been
You didn't help. If you were helping, this may not have happened.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I give him an advantage by saying, that's kind of true?
Is that what you want to say? No.
Second that one from these dice.
Oh!
Oh no!
Well done.
Get rid of them early.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. Keep the
Well,
dice.
the
With a
pre-stream rolls were
+3 for
great.
persuasion, so
Oh.
another 4.
All right. She looks towards you and says, "Maybe you tell your friends to shut up, and then I can do my job."
Tinia, calm
Shut
down.
up so she can do her job.
Thank
Let's
you.
go do the job. We'll just say it looked like that.
All right.
You said that no one's seen it before. I'm sure this will be fine. You keep a little nugget for yourself, eh?
She immediately takes your advice and pockets that one sliver of beautiful stone.
All right. Fetch me a shovel.
She hands you one, she has one, and then you have one. So together, you can both make me another one dexterity and one
Sid, would
strength.
you like me to try?
Yes. I'm going to offer whatever one you're not doing.
Okay.
Well, what's my first roll?
let's give it a
dexterity.
go.
So, 11 and...
You shouldn't have done
Can it be a dexterity saving throw?
No,
that.
It's a 14 on an 11, plus 3.
that's great.
And strength?
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna do strength as well.
Mhm.
Not so grand. It's a flat 7.
Okay.
Oh, the strength was surprisingly good for a bad modifier.
You are digging particularly where a puddle of water is
Wait,
more
wait, wait.
prominent, quite close.
You need to know my dex.
Yes, please.
My dex was 6.
That's fine.
But my strength was 17.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have the
Major
advantage of digging through what looks to be this softer patch where part of the puddle seems to have leaked into where the rock starts. So you did have this soft stone, but even then you reach hard stone soon. But you seem to just be getting a good angle on it, and you both watch as Luna is just taking that dirt out and throwing it, and there's mountains of this dirt. You get to the bottom quite soon before.
My strength is a -1.
Quite soon before the others. As you both get about halfway, you're puffing and puffing. What was your dexterity again?
My dexterity was a 14. My strength
14.
was a 7.
That was a 6.
6. But even with that strength, you hear this clink, clank, clunk as more pieces of this more
I flinch every time.
more of these shards just shave off as you hear this gasp from Tinier as she's just looking at you with these deadly
If
eyes.
there's like a little chunk, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a chunk.
Okay.
Yeah,
However many
chunk
came
too.
up, I'll make sure that we get even chunks if there's not.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
chunked a bit off. I'll take my chunk.
Uh-huh.
I would like a chunk.
Well, get in there.
You're gonna get the chunkest.
Do we all get a chunk?
You'll get a chunk.
Mm.
Great
corn.
word. Great word,
Right.
chunk.
Thanks
You all get one. Are you doing it so that Tinier does not notice, or are you doing
No,
it?
I'm
She did it right
openly
probably.
taping it.
Yeah.
I'll give her another
I'll
chunk.
go.
You give her another one?
Do I
Okay.
see the audible disgust? Audible? Do I see the disgust on her face when?
It does subside when you actually hand her another one of these chunks, and she looks at it greedily. Yep. And she just accepts it and lets you go and
God,
continue on.
inside check her,
It's-
greed.
What?
And how? Yeah, go for it.
See if she's like gonna run off with this.
Sure.
It's not bad luck if I've done it because Sid already did it first.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact,
you-
yes.
You were right to use me as your moral compass.
I rarely
It's not
use
that
insight.
hard
I got a
either.
17.
The digging?
17.
You did actually.
I guess by doing that, I'm like seeing how serious she, like, how she's excited and
It's more innocent excitement.
yeah.
It definitely seems like she is simply overwhelmed at the moment by this new experience. Because she doesn't just pocket it and run, she continues digging and helping you.
Yeah.
So she seems to be in earnest and honest in trying to get this thing out.
And I saw how she was upset when we were taking chunks off.
There was a little bit of frustration there.
As we're digging, continuing to dig, I'll be like, perhaps you can give us some advice on how to do this?
Okay. Stop. Glad someone asked. So here's what you do. And she provides you with a bit of a technique with the shovel to turn it the other way so that the flat piece is directly adjacent or parallel to the stone and not digging towards the stone and then trying to shovel outward. It's dig through and then pull towards you. Now with that, I'll get you all to make another dexterity check with advantage. If
Am
that's
I
okay.
still digging?
You're still, well, yes, because you're sort of digging around now. You've gone to the bottom.
Much better. Much better.
Yeah, that was better.
What'd you get?
With advantage, 16.
Yep.
Oh, are we
19.
doing it with advantage?
15.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the first roll.
Okay.
15.
15 as well, yeah. This time, no hassle, and you all very smoothly just reach down and use that leverage to dig out more of this rock. And it indeed is not quite 4 feet, close to. Her guess was quite close to the mark, probably more towards the 3 foot deep mark. So it's a good 5 foot in length and about 3 foot in circumference. So it's quite big. Now, as you finish that off, there's enough rock and dirt around that's cleared that suddenly it starts to teeter over and just land softly close by, but just not causing you any harm. But now it is completely free.
You
And
said
it
I
is-
was digging in a
Yeah.
puddle,
Yeah, well, you have finished with that puddle and you were digging deeper though.
but there was like wet soil there, right? So I'm gonna go back and like dip my finger in the wet soil, and then I'm gonna be like, "Can I have your hand?" And then I'm gonna
Superstars.
turn Sid's hand over so that it's the back facing up. And then just on the top, I'm just going to draw a little smiley face with the mud.
And I'll look at it. What are you doing? Sad face.
It's a smiley face.
As you take that smiley face, you notice that your hand starts to feel a bit stronger. There were some small cuts on there from the battle. They seem to heal and close. You regain 3 hit points. That's fine. And you notice as well that these wounds start to heal over from, it seems, this muddy water.
Is anyone hurt? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Are you okay, sir?
Maybe on some of your joints? I've seen the way your knees work.
Nah.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, thank you, Luna.
You're not hurting?
Not currently.
Tinia looks over. Can someone help me pick this up now? We gotta go.
But the mud is healing.
Mud does what?
Mud is what?
It heals things.
She immediately just stops her digging and races over to you. The mud is.
Yeah.
And
It's
she
healing
looks
things.
over and she takes a little bit. She scoops up a little bit of the water that's in one of these puddles underneath the foggy blue that's above it, and she takes this huge sip. Tastes like strawberries.
Strawberries.
I mean, I'm not hurt, but
Got a
it feels good.
straw
Feels good.
I'm gonna take out my mess kit, which has a cup in it, and I'm going to scoop some mud up into the cup, and then I'm gonna put that cup back in the mess kit and seal it up.
Okay.
So this is where the stone was?
Yes.
Is there any other muddy spots a little bit away from where the stone
Plenty. Plenty.
I'm allowed to cut myself a little bit or further away from where the stone was and test the mud.
All right. As you put your hand into the muddy water, and you see that your blood sort of drips into this puddle and seeps away and spreads over the surface, it doesn't seem to cause any more healing.
Hold on. I'm going to take that little chunk of crystal that I had. I'm going to put it into the bottle right next to your hand. Does anything happen?
As you put the crystal into the puddle, you notice that the puddle does indeed turn clearer. The muddiness disperses a little, and you watch now as your hand is within, as the crystal doesn't change tone or light, but the water does as it starts to close that wound.
It's the crystal, it's not the mud.
Oh,
I'm,
well now I have some mud.
do I...
Wow, that is an artifact. Wow, treasure.
I've got a couple of water skins on me.
Yeah.
Can I...
Good to know.
Do I have a small enough shard to put it in the...
Make another investigation check to see if there's any pieces that have been broken off.
Didn't I pick one?
You did, but it's a chunk. It's not a sliver. Can't fit.
I hope that works. Investigation?
Yes, please.
17 plus 4.
Looking around, you are looking for a sliver that has been chipped off this rock, but you can't find one. So it doesn't seem like there's a bit that you can physically fit into the opening of this water skin.
Can I chip a bit off of my stone?
Yeah, definitely didn't make me another dexterity check as you just try and get that particular piece in. What are you using? What tool are you using to do that?
Balls.
No, I use a pin.
Okay, yeah, what's the dexterity? Cool.
Climbing kitten.
Done.
Well,
Crush.
However, I
Ow.
didn't roll very well, so dexterity was it?
Yeah.
That's 4 and a 3, so
7?
7, yeah.
It shears off just dust worth, and it just doesn't seem to. You can't get the right angle to tear off enough that it creates a solid piece.
I'll come back to this. And can I keep the dust and?
Yeah, it's sort of, by then it's sort of just spread over the ground. You'd have to put it into more of a controlled area to try and keep it.
That's all right. I'll pocket what I've got.
Just gonna give myself another little cup,
Yep.
and then just get the straight chunk of crystal that I had, put it on there. See if it does it without the water.
Okay. As-
Independent now, science.
What?
This is science we're doing.
Oh, you spoke about that, yes. Well, no, it was like a week ago now.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a week ago.
Yeah, it
Game
was.
time. Yeah.
Doesn't seem that way though.
Is this another chunk of crystal, or the same that Vela was holding?
Well, I grabbed one for everyone when
Okay.
we were chipping them off, so it'll be the one that I had.
You had? Okay. As you put the rock onto the wound, doesn't seem to work.
Can I spit on his wound where the crystal is?
Velo comes along, and you just hear
Bird regurgitation.
as this gob of
Like a baby
saliva
bird.
just covers your hand, the back of your hand where you cut.
Yeah.
But it heals.
Fellow.
You a pinky old duck.
We might be in the desert one time. This might save your life. Science.
Hey, if ever I can repay the favor.
Ah, let me die.
So
Big time will take care of that, Bella.
Tinia was watching this entire time, and as she looks over, she says, "So there needs to be liquid and this stone, and it'll work?
Yeah.
Maybe the
Yes,
PSO.
sir.
Wow, this is amazing."
How much money do you think this would yield?
Well, I've not come across something that heals.
Well, remember, it doesn't have to be money. It could be anything.
Yeah, well, yeah. Vim trades in all sorts. If you want cows, I can give you cows.
If
Well,
we could
the
get
mouse
back
king.
in that
That would
we
be cute.
frequented.
No. She was doing a really good job with that place.
Yes. With the confused
It was
anime confusion mark above my head.
it was a really nice establishment, aside from the rooms.
And the death.
Well, the death wasn't brought on by her. It was brought on by
Her employees.
Mm.
who had only just started. How was she to know?
Insurance claim, maybe. Does insurance exist in a bit?
Are you asking Tinia?
Asking the DM.
Asking the DM.
Who's that?
Well, no, that's fair. It's not an established business.
Hmm.
No.
It's illegal.
And the reason that it's not an established business is because there is so much unknown in this world that's still undiscovered. You can't really be insured for everything because there's just
Insurance business.
untold mysteries. It would be a very, very broke business, a broke market.
That's what he's saying.
So what do you reckon the Mouse King's going to do with this?
Oh, who knows his mind? Silver tongued, I know, but definitely not his mind. Look, I guess he's going to mold it into something. Probably put shards into vials, fill it with water, and then sell it as potions. That's a good old business there, I guess.
I wonder how many heals you can get out of once though.
Not sure. I'm not sure the measurements yet. I'm sure.
Sure, Bellows science will tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure on this science thing either, Luna.
I believe in spiritualism and energies.
But the good news here
That's
is
fantastic.
the good news here is we can probably break it up. Probably better if we break it up, right?
Oh, maybe not.
Oh,
I
what?
don't know, it's still maybe unlucky. Perhaps it can do more than just healing.
Look, you never know. Maybe our
I thought you wanted the Mouse King to see it intact.
maybe you're right. I think the Mouse King thing is intact. Then we can break it up.
Which way are we meant to go down the mountain? Not the way we came.
Well, I have been up here once, so once before, and I did take a longer route, and that one was a little less steep. It takes a bit longer.
Which way?
She sort of just points west.
Go west.
I'm gonna suss it out very quickly. I'm just gonna go up
So big spread of the wings and take off. Up, I'm going to go up like 200 feet. That shouldn't take long, and I should be able to see a couple of miles or kilometers.
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 Use the metric system.
That's it. Couple of kilometers down
Meters.
the. Yeah, I can see like 5Ks or like 3.878 miles down the road.
All right, make a perception check.
That's not working.
5.
A 5? Looking down from so high above, your old eyes just look
Emphasis on
and
all.
you start to see the path or a path. It's naturally formed between groves of trees that are surrounding this clearing, but you can't make out anything more or anything further away than a kilometer.
Alright, but the path seems all clear.
Path seems clear. You don't tend to notice any wildlife, nature, threats, nothing of that sort.
Alright, land back down. Go.
It's all clear for like 5Ks. All good. Easy going.
Look, that's a thing. I think that's canon now, Firewind. Nicely done. So you're going to go down? Yeah.
I'm going to fly, just land back down and go, looks good. Looks easier at least than the way we came.
It does. It certainly does look a lot less angled.
How many different ways are you going to say that word?
Angled?
Angular?
7 more times.
Go on.
No. We should be off.
How are we going to move this?
Oh, I thought you were just going to carry it.
I thought you were going to carry it. You're on the cellar.
With this boy's guns, and I reach over and like grabs his arms. I slap him.
Yes, please. Show us the gun show.
The guns might not be ready for this, but I'll grab out some hempen rope and tie loops around both ends and kind of make at least like backpack straps to assist with carrying. So that should be one at the front, one at the back of the rock.
Okay.
Oh, I have rope too.
That shit's better than my rope.
Probably not.
Well, let's see. Come on, Luna.
So you're going to be trying to drag it?
Well, the intent is to, I guess, if the rock is shaped where I can tie off a loop on the rock and then use kind of straps
Yeah.
and tie it back to in through the loop.
Mhm.
So it's almost, if you had one person at the front and one at the back, it'd be easier to carry than trying to just
Yep.
hoist it up with your hands.
All right. So as
We
you...
could do a third rope
Can
as
I
well and attach it to Velo while she's flying.
I think that would.
And there's like a center of gravity.
Yeah, to be honest, we're actually dragging this heavy thing. Is it heavy?
You haven't tested it yet?
Possibly carrying this heavy thing downhill, so a bit of weight on the back might be okay, so we don't squash Sid. I don't want to see my friend turn to mush.
Buddy.
And then I'm sweet sometimes.
Okay. What
I'm,
do you
I'm
suggest?
standing there with like the straps on one end waiting.
Oh.
I'm not very strong.
Yeah, you said that and then you just dug this rock out.
Luck.
As
I was
a
making up
expert,
your bad luck from breaking that stone.
Go on, Hood.
I'm meant to.
in geology, in the air, do you have any other suggestions that will help us get this down? I do like sits.
No, I like your idea. Sit, get in there as well, and you should be okay. It's not overly heavy. It's just
You're going at the back.
uncoordinated.
Sounds like it.
Okay.
You did
Alright.
say that you wanted to watch your friend's back.
Yes. The tarot cards have spoken.
Hate to see me go,
That's
but
not
love
funny.
to watch me leave situation, is it?
I'm still looking forward to that reading, Luna.
The longer that you make fun of it, the longer it will take for you to get a reading because it's not a joke.
I was never making this a fun.
I understand sarcasm, but
Perhaps it's lost in my accent.
no, I think you're just being ignorant.
I'll charm you soon enough.
Hopefully not with magic.
And I, as we're having this conversation, I'm gearing myself up with the rope.
Cool. All right. Can I get you both to make strength checks, please?
with advantage because of all the sweet rope leading.
Actually,
Oh, the
can
rope
I-
does help.
Can I
Advantage on that.
actually, as I walk up to them, or if I'm standing near them, as I'm noticing them lift the rock, can I touch them both and one at a time and cast guidance on them?
Yes, you can.
So you can add a d4 to your rolls.
Hey, thank
Do
you.
an advantage roll.
So I almost never used a D4 last season. So this is nice.
Strength, is it?
Strength. With advantage plus a d4.
Oh, that's a lot better.
That's a 22 with a one modifier.
I rolled a 17 and a 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably taking 17. I got 4 on top of that, so 21.
22 and a 21. Without effort. You lift this, potentially, it is fairly heavy, fairly bulky, but on the outside, this oblong looking stone is lifted, and you both, one on the front, one on the back, and with the rope's help,
Is Tinier helping as well?
she's in the middle, has it sort of resting on her shoulder. And together, you are actually very comfortable. You have a good grip on it, and it doesn't seem to bother you at all at the moment.
It's fucking teamwork.
And
Teamwork makes the dream work.
And at that point, Tinier says, "Let's be off. We have a Mouse King to impress."
I hope he's impressing me with his coin pocket.
Or untrained, but sure.
By
What
the
do
way,
you trade in?
What do I trade? Oh, plenty of things. I have traded in cows before. I needed one for milk.
What's your preferred payment method though?
Boah.
Do you like gold the most, or items, or?
I like illusions. I like to see things that are not really there. I like to think I'm somewhere else.
You don't like it here?
it's fucking frozen blue.
Who's that?
I don't really want to talk about it anymore, but that's just what I like and what I trade in. I like mages to cast spells of places and people that are not really there.
What's your favorite thing you've ever experienced?
Like I said, that's all I'm going to say.
Tinier, we're all friends here. We've on this adventure.
Good. Do you have a favorite type of weather, or a smell, or anything like that?
The ocean.
You like the ocean?
I like the smell of the ocean and the sand.
I'm going to then just mutter some words under my breath, and I'm going to cast Druidcraft and make the smell of the ocean.
All right.
Is anyone hungry for fish?
You know that little saltiness that
Yeah.
when you just get to the beach and it hits you, that's the smell.
That slight. Please hydrate everybody.
I don't have anything to hydrate with, but I'll hydrate with the shots that I owe Promethean at the midway break.
As you take in this lovely breeze, you do smell the scent of sand, salt water, and fish. Slight but not unpleasant. As you see Tinier's eyes start to just ever so slightly tear up. But she says nothing. As she guides you down.
Do I notice her tearing up?
Make a perception check.
Can I get on that?
Yes, you can. Not with advantage though, just a separate roll.
16.
I'm gonna get in on it too.
Did you say a separate roll with advantage?
No, a separate roll.
Separate roll.
Do we all get advantage?
No, it just
Nah,
says it's a separate roll.
I'm confused. Oh right, yeah, I get it now.
What'd you get?
9.
8.
Okay. It's not
Do
noticed.
I get advantage because I cast the spell?
No. You do not. You cast the spell. Now, you don't notice this occur, no.
In which case, I will still. And I don't have my hands free, do I?
You don't.
I
They are
can't.
very occupied right now.
When we get to the bottom, Tinier, I'll show you something.
There's no reply, but just for a bit of a nod coming from in front of you.
I'm going to just hover above the group. I just want to make sure as these two kind of march along, that I can see maybe another K down the road. Use my old eyes. Use the same roll as before as well.
Yep.
Just want to make sure nothing creeps up on us.
Okay. As you continue your way forward, what roll did you get?
I think it was like,
It was like
I think it was like
it was
a
a
six.
lower one,
It was a
yeah,
bit
6.
lower.
Yeah.
You know what? I might look
I
extra
think-
hard and have
I
a squeeze
think,
around.
I think you should roll again.
You know what else is out there?
Yeah, you should roll again. Because you will have a bit of a time between.
As a 14.
A 14, much better. You continue your way down the path, and as you all start to traverse together now and move away from the well and the clearing with this odd blue fog and mushrooms, a more normalcy comes to your vision, and the environment becomes a little less spacious, as this time these groves of trees do not abate, as they rise higher and higher as you go down the mountain. And as you initially look out, once again, you don't take any notice of any wildlife at all. No birds, some insects, no,
My kid.
no beasts,
There's one.
My
One
father.
bird.
no beasts, no monsters, no fae, no humanoids. Not unusual for a place that's so new still, for large expanses to simply be bare.
No lizards? Nothing? Bigger than an insect?
Nothing bigger than an insect, it seems, no. Which again, to you, is not overly unusual. And this particular area, huh? What's that?
So that's dinner.
As you continue your way down together, you want to go back and continue together, or continue
Yeah,
to scout?
once we hit the trees and I start to lose sight of them, as the trees go overhead, then I'll
Yeah.
There does end up being a canopy, a canopy of trees, of massive oak trunks, and these overhanging leaves, which are larger than life. Once again, each leaf is the size of one of you.
I would actually then just move below the canopy and I'll stay up above, still looking ahead as far as I can.
Sure. These oak trees have this grey moss on them, green and grey and sometimes blue, covering them. But there's no unpleasant smell that you normally find that would accompany such a covered trunk. These trunks as well are not old. They seem to be very healthy, deep brown, that really stick to the ground, and their roots just cover and go above the ground and then back below, like waves across water onto a beach. They just continue on as though it's almost as though they're moving. From one tree, these roots span hundreds of meters, and you count the meters before they silently roll back into the ground and out of sight forever. Each oak tree is a good 15 feet away from each other, but the trunks themselves rise higher and higher, different shapes and sizes, some round, some a little bit more oval, but all of them rise hundreds of meters in the air eventually, becoming small, becoming taller and taller. But the branches and overhanging leaves low hanging, as they almost brush up, the lowest almost brush up against your face. All the very thin rays of sunlight that illuminate the leaf cover around here make this, again, just brilliant, serene, beautiful. The reds and yellows and oranges that poke through the very thin canopy cover.
Posture check, please.
Thank you very much.
I needed that. I sit in an office chair now.
But as you do get lower in the altitude of the mountains, you do now start to see the lizards and the small hares and the rabbits and the rats and the mice and other creatures, mammals, slow moving vines from tree to tree, some mushrooms walking together as bunches, illuminated yellows with white looking liquid drooling off of them, walking past, shuffling past. Yes, fellow.
You mentioned rabbits.
Yes, I do.
Can I swoop some of those rabbits?
Absolutely.
Just out of the canopy of the forest like an absolute predator.
Absolutely. You disappear for a moment and then you spy
What are you
one.
rolling
Are
for?
you just expecting to ask me to roll?
Roll an attack roll, yep, as you
Yeah.
swoop down towards it.
13.
And in an instant, your claws and talons grip over this quite large rabbit who did not hear a peep
Oh
from you.
no.
And as you land, instinctively your claws just dig in and it insta-kill.
Right at that, I'm
Brutality.
going to lock eyes with Luna. I'm going to kind of realize she wasn't ready for that. We go, don't worry, I didn't feel anything. Here, found some mushrooms for you.
Did I hear like a little squeal from the?
There was a slight peep, and it did echo through the boughs of the trees.
Bello, I think I did hear it making noise.
No, that was me.
Make a deception check.
Was that your gout?
That was my knees.
The squeaking of
Not too
the
fast.
old Aarakocra knees. What'd you get for your deception?
7.
A 7? You doing a roll against that?
Yeah.
Roll inside to believe him.
Do I get advantage because he told me he heard it squealing?
Nah, that's the deception. You believe him. It was definitely Bello.
Bello does have a gout.
Yes. Horrible gout. Or the rabbit.
And what are you doing with this rabbit, who is now flopping around?
That's going to be dinner. We're going to set up camp somewhere. Oh, you'll be dancing.
Yes. Oh.
Are we all dancing?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
No,
just Emily. No, just you.
yeah.
Just,
Oh,
yeah.
Which I've done now.
No, I didn't see it.
Well, you weren't paying attention.
I'll
you
rewatch
should
it.
roll insight.
I was like, what,
I
what's
mean,
happening?
perception.
Yeah, I thought so too. Go. So, you're putting the rabbit away for now?
Yeah, that's good.
Whereabouts?
I've got a traveler's pouch
Cool.
with me.
Yeah,
Which-
pop it in there.
Yeah, pop it in there.
All right.
An egg patch.
As you continue your way, hello. As you continue your way forward, the lizards, the snakes that you see, wildlife becomes more prevalent. But the clearings and the paths that you're taking do not seem as apparent, as you are being directed by Tiniere, who this short female gnome is guiding you forward. And as she seems to be taking a particular gap between the trees, a natural pathway. And over the course of the first day, into the second, as you make camp, and beyond, the wild horses that gallop through, the cats, large and small, the deer, just observe you as you continue your path through.
Luna looks very excited by all sizes of cats and
As you-
horses, except for Tabaxi.
I'm a big cat.
As you continue your path though,
Please don't ever say that again. No NBCDM.
It's
You
the
didn't
thought
miss
of,
anything important aside from Sheldon being weird.
as you continue your way, you
Valor.
also valor, correct. You also find more of these fungi and mushrooms, continuing
What about
to
Lord Guy?
continuing to dot the landscape. There are luminescent purple mushrooms, just like a full-on crowd, tiny, and that are shooting out these puffs of some sort of spore. Sorry. You also notice that there are weird, almost disguised, but you just glance a movement as antlers of a weird-looking stag. These antlers that look like branches themselves on a face of an owl seems to poke its way out and then hide and not be seen again.
Does it look similar to, from memory, a stag that was in the field outside Crisay? Our
No.
very first.
No. The antlers did look similar, but not the face. As you continue, you also find yourselves watching as, for the first time, you hear it before you see it. This hacking sound of metal on wood. As you follow the path down, on the left side, a little ways into the grove itself, a small band of humans seems to be cutting down some trees for lumber.
I'm going to say quietly to my companions, should we make ourselves known to them or try and sneak around?
Well, they're just collecting wood. I don't think they're doing anything wrong.
No, I'm more concerned that they might turn the axes on us when they see these giant healing diamond crystal we're carrying.
Remember, they don't
Treat him
know.
like a rabbit. I've seen you move pretty swift for an old duck.
Yeah, take a straight line.
I mean, I can go talk to them if you want. See if they're friendly.
Sure.
Perhaps one moment. And is there any discernible markings that they have on them that...
Make a deception check from this distance. It's a bit hard to see. They are between trees that you can see about 20 meters away.
I'm carrying the thing, so I can't... Okay.
Not disadvantage, but it's just a normal straight roll.
12...
Not bad.
Perception, was it? 15.
15. Looking through, you don't make out anything apart from the fact that they seem to be all wearing the same attire, and that is a white shirt, plain white dirty shirt, and long white trousers with this black cord around them, tied up.
Do I know if that's a part of any group that...
Make a history check.
We could also cover it with a blanket. I know Tinier said that she had a blanket we could
Let's
cover
talk
it.
again. History?
That's a good idea.
Actually,
It's like a rock.
14.
A 14 for history.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, to your best knowledge, this group of people, they seem to be a part of a group that is called the Finders Alliance. Yet another guild that is renowned in Vim for treasure hunters.
That name's been mentioned before, hasn't it? By Tinier or the Mouse King?
Perhaps.
Can I roll a history check to see if I remember? They were in...
You remember
Frustration.
all you remember is that they are another treasure hunter guild that are based in Tobret.
Are they rivals to the Finders Russians?
The history of these alliances, these guilds, are not necessarily about being competitive or rivals, because really there's nothing tangible really to be competitive about. Again, everything that they find is quite new, so it's difficult to put a value on something. But certainly they want to find the most the most of something, the quantity is going to be the most valuable part of treasure hunting. So in a way they are, but they're not enemies. They're simply it's friendly rivalry.
If you're worried, put the blanket over it, and like I said, they don't look like nasty people. I could go and distract them, and you guys can keep going, and I'll catch up.
Perhaps,
That's not a bad idea, actually.
perhaps the blanket would be enough. Tiniere,
But what if they have something cool? What if we could learn from them?
we've got some kilometers to cover. Let's just be careful.
Not everyone's an enemy.
We could watch on safely from the bushes here, and if they do, don't die in the time it takes for us to get from the bushes to you.
I don't think they'll try to kill me.
No, that's the spirit.
We have long rested, hey.
Yes, you have since. Yes, it's been a
Gonna
day.
do that.
Yeah,
Because I have
Yes.
spell
Good
slots.
night.
you have all long rested.
I didn't think everyone was going to kill us though.
It's the second day of travel. As you say that, suddenly, Velo, you feel this tiny something on your shoulder that gave you 2 taps and has now gone.
My head whips around in every direction. Full 360.
Make another perception check.
It's unsettling.
That is a 17.
A 17, yeah. With that, you immediately look over and you notice this ball of color, this blue and green, mostly green, but blue and yellow, tiny winged thing that's just buzzing and whistling around behind you. And you hear this just about
Someone clip that.
about 10 meters behind you in the air, hopping from branch to branch, looking at you with this baby face, this humanoid baby face, but and these tiny arms and these bright blue eyes, massive. This creature looks like it has a helmet of feathers, and the wings are as well as the arms. So there's wings and arms. And these wings are beautifully multicolored as it still just continues to wisp and whip around you all now as you all look at this thing trying to follow it.
Did you just give birth?
You might have been living in my feathers. I'm going to take out a little chunk of crystal and go, come here, little fairy thing. Look, I've got some courage.
And this thing flies towards you and with this hand,
I'm going to, when it goes to grab it, I'm going to zip it and go down, hold still, and you can have it.
and right in front of you it seems like a female looking creature only about that big is right in front of your face looking towards this
I don't know why,
crystal.
but I imagine that Toy Story baby head with the spider legs.
Oh wow, that's a completely
Because
different.
all I
I'm
heard
thinking
was
Tinkerbell.
all I heard was baby head.
It's a very young face, but now that you're closer to it, elven-looking ears, small, tiny though, and more of a womanly face now that it's closer. Beautiful features with the feathers going all the way down to her nose. She's also wearing these tights. It seems with striped blue and white tights, and this beautiful looking, similar looking tunic of blue and white. She has these sort of feather pauldrons on one or the other and the other side as well. And she's almost like a headdress, whipping her head side by side. In comment, she says, "What is it? Where is it? Yeah, I want to see it again. Ooh,
So I'm going to pull out the little...
ooh, that's now.
Little bit. Look at me, shut up. Look at the little crystal.
Oh, can I see?
Yes, you may even have it. Look.
Oh, can I have
No,
it?
wait. Those men over there,
Oh, they're boring. I want it.
are they good men?
They're fine. They're fine.
They're not dangerous?
Ooh, no.
How many more men are there down this
7.
path? Down this path. Any more?
No more than. Can I have a look at that?
Looks like the way is clear. I'll flip the crystal.
I still think we should talk to them.
Oh, this is.
Sure. There's no one to back them up.
No, not even. Why are we always jumping to violence? We could just be making friends.
Well, no, you're right. It's safe to make friends. Because we can kill these 7 guys. if
Oh,
we have
that's
to.
really cute.
Aw.
Oh wow. Oh, so who are you?
I'm Luna.
Tastes good. Ooh,
Oh, I feel dizzy.
That's Velo.
Hi, Bella. Oh, you like me, kind of.
That's Sid.
I said you're dark and broody. Is that the word broody?
That's Hood.
I don't know how that
Do you
works.
eat me?
Oh look, is that a moth?
Do you
Well-
eat things like me?
Yes, it
Oh,
does.
I would not really like to be eaten.
I'm not too fond of eating sentient things that can talk to me.
Did you just call me sentient? That's the prettiest thing anyone's ever said. That's amazing.
What do you count yourself as?
I'm known by you as a flither.
A flitterfart?
Flither. I'm a flither.
Flitterder.
That's me. That's my kind. I'm one of only 7 left. I'm kidding. There are lots of us.
Has Tinier been like, what the fuck's going on?
Tinier at the moment just looking on curiously, but not alarmed.
So she can see this thing.
She can see this thing as well.
Tania, can you please put a blanket over that?
Sure. And she sort of looks over at the people who are cutting the trees down, and she covers it with one of her blankets.
So what are you doing here? What's that shiny rock? I saw it. You didn't hide it from me. Was this pirate? Did you break it off? Did you kill it?
Hey.
Just gonna go.
No.
And then dump the rock off my back.
Okay.
Oh, did you hurt it?
Oh,
I'm gonna sit this one out, guys.
wait on.
It's not sentient.
That's fair.
Are you
Sid.
saying it's sentient? Do you feel that it is?
No.
I would hope not. Didn't she just eat it?
I've never seen it before. I licked it.
I think I'm paying too much attention. Thank you for saying hello to us.
That's okay.
Best of luck in your travels.
Hey, if you see any more of us, just tell them hi.
What's your name?
I don't have one.
I thought it was Fliddle.
No, that's
Indo.
That's the name of my
Race.
kind.
Oh.
Well,
If
maybe
you
we
know
should.
I'm kidding, it's Adel.
Maybe we should go with what Hood thought your name was and call you Glitterfart.
No, I don't like that very much.
It's too late.
What's your name now?
My name is Adel.
Adel?
Adel. You have to say it with the inflection. Adel.
Well, I've already got an accent. I'm not sure if I can do that. Adel?
You have to go behind it, look. Adel.
Adel!
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Glitterfart. Isn't that better?
Have you seen any more of them? What do you mean?
Have I ever seen one of these before?
You knew he was brooding. You said it yourself.
You've never seen one of these creatures before, no. You've. This, make me a history check.
And history.
Flither. For Flither.
History. 16.
What you're looking at the moment is a fey creature. There have been very few sightings of fey creatures beyond the war that then brokered peace between the races after the initial escape from the portals into this world, and then the battle for domination. Very few Fae have been noticed. This is extremely unusual for one to be approached, let alone find Fae. But from books that you've read, you have a good understanding that this creature is the description, the look matches a lot of the descriptions of Fae creatures that have been seen in the past.
So why did you pick us to talk to?
We're very curious. So here's what we do. We find someone, then we go to them, and then we say hi, and we figure you out because we don't really talk really much to you.
What have you figured out about us so far?
You're ugly and mean.
Hey, don't talk to Sid like that.
Well, say my name properly. Adel.
Glitterfart.
It might catch on.
What?
It might catch on.
No.
This is why people won't like us when we walk into taverns.
It's a term of great respect amongst his people.
Make a deception check.
Oh,
Is that a no one?
Oh my god.
Fabulous.
I would also call you mean.
I gave you a shiny rock.
Oh, you're talking like me now. That's good. Okay, we can be friends.
I'm indignant.
You're taking me shiny rock. That's better. Yeah, you're generous, but a little bit mean. You're okay. We haven't talked much yet. Hello, I'm Adel.
I did tell you my name and you ignored me. but
Hello,
that's
Luna.
okay. Oh. You
I
did
remembered
ignore
it. Yeah. Okay. Well,
What
What
bad
day
word?
is it today?
What?
In like the
Tuesday.
realm.
It's like an
Do we
8-day
have
week
days?
or something.
What?
It's like an 8-day week here.
It is, no, it is still a 7-day week.
Ah,
It is still a 7
There's
day.
2 Mondays.
Do we just have like the normal like our human calendar or
No, a chul
actual?
is the day today. The second day. The second day of the week.
Adele, is it?
say it properly.
Well, I'm sorry that your language and your names aren't from my place, but can we reach an agreement that Adele is good enough?
Yes, that will be fine. Adel. But
Adele.
that's okay.
Adel.
Adele.
Adel. So, well,
So why us?
you looked quite interesting. You looked innocent, and it looks like you are
And me.
sometimes mean. And yeah, it's we're curious. We're just very curious things. So, what else do you have that's fun and good to see and good to look at?
I have a giant mushroom.
Oh no, I've seen plenty of them.
We have Velo too.
Yes. It's good to look at.
She stares at you for a good minute. She does not take her eyes off you. For how long are you going to stare back?
Ooh, to see if
As
I
long
was
as it
it.
takes.
She doesn't lose sight. She continues to look at you.
Depending how long this
You'll get to that point when my like eyes were watering.
roll and attack.
While this is happening, I'm still going to keep talking. And I'm
Yeah.
going to be like,
I've also got some flowers that I picked along the way. They're
They're
really
delicious.
pretty.
Mm.
You shouldn't eat them because I can.
How do they taste?
She, without breaking contact, she just holds out her hand and just shakes it
You shouldn't
and
eat
holds
things
it
that
out
you don't know the
to
properties
try
of.
and accept some flower petals.
oh, so I'll give a whole flower.
Okay.
Am I seeing her just take
She
things?
she takes things and she just eats.
Just gonna have to take it all in.
I don't know if you've heard of tarot cards before, but I read tarot.
Oh,
So I can tell your fortune.
what's that?
It's like the future, or like something
Ooh.
that's like energies that are.
No, I
floating
just want to
around
know
you.
my future. I didn't know you were up to that yet. You're very interesting, you humanoids.
And she breaks contact, looks at you,
I'm an elf.
and then
That's still human.
Yeah, but I'm an elf specifically.
Tell me what my future's going to be.
Do you actually want to know?
Yeah.
It can take some time.
Oh, well, I can. No, that's okay then.
Well, you've got to balance everything around you. You can't just
I
do
have
it
to
on
be
the
quick.
spot.
Be quick. Well,
You will irritate many travelers and waste many years.
was that
Bello,
the future?
Yeah.
Bello,
Your
do you not
future.
know what she is?
That was amazing.
Not really. I've found some
I've
kind
done
of-
it in the past.
She's a fey creature.
Ah. You will waste lots of. You're immortal then.
Well, no, I.
Years and years of people's time
Hey,
you will waste.
Bello, no need to be disrespectful. She's not done anything wrong.
Am I wasting your time?
No.
I'm gonna be laughing at Bello, and I grabbed a bunch of those flowers as well, so I'll reward you with a peachy flower.
Look,
Gonna-
I may have something for you. Well, actually,
Ooh.
on the contrary, you may have something for me.
Ooh, no, that's less fun. I don't think I've got anything.
Are you sure?
No,
Give me one moment.
I can't give you that. I don't have it.
Then you'll appreciate this. And I'm gonna approach it.
Okay, it's hovering, and these wings are fluttering, and almost a
How small
million
is
miles.
this thing?
This thing is again probably only about that big.
Ugh. Okay, I'm going to sleight of hand,
Okay.
and the thing you may not know that you have is here, and I'm gonna reach into my pocket and grab a coin, and I'm gonna center it on the pinky of my hand,
Mm-hmm.
and reach behind her ear, flick it up, and try and take it out behind her ear.
Make that sleight of hand check for me.
God, I hope this is good. Oh, that's a 11 and 7 is,
Sleight of hand 7.
yeah,
That's an 18.
yeah.
But I didn't know you could do magic.
It's limited, but you know, I can't always be showing this
Can
off.
I have it?
This coin,
It was mine all along, though, wasn't it?
well, technically yes, but you were
I
gonna
must
give it
have
to me, I
dropped it
thought.
somewhere. Wow!
How are you gonna carry it?
With my hands. Please. You took it from me?
You didn't even know you had it.
I know, I must have dropped it somewhere. Wow!
I thought Faye could like summon gold out of nowhere.
No, that's wrong.
Are you sure? Because where did this come from?
My ear! You took
Or
it out of my
out
ear!
of nowhere, and I'll hand it to so I know if it's a girl,
Adel.
female, or adult.
Yes.
Thank
You do know.
She takes it.
Oh. That was disgusting. But thank you so much. You've all been fantastic. I will tell everybody about your good deeds today. And not you, but everyone else about your great deeds today. And you are very handsome. But very mean.
Adel, it was an honor.
Usually the best looking ones are.
You've been very kind, and lots of people just go out and try and capture us for treasures and stuff, but you haven't. You haven't even tried. So thank you.
Will we be
What
seeing
kind
you
of
again?
treasures?
And she whizzes out of sight.
Well, that's one friend we made. Shall we make some more?
We might run into more of those things.
No, I
I'm not
mean
sure.
the men over there.
Well, we might run into more of those things. I'm going to take my pillowcase out and just tuck it into my belt.
Your pillowcase?
Yeah. The one I put the mouse king in a long time ago.
You should cut some holes in it and put it over your head.
No, I don't think I will. I don't think I will do that.
No one needs to look like a burglar on the roads,
Yeah,
okay?
burglar.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on the break. Dinia, what do you make? I'm pretty sure they're
That
part of
was-
the Finders Alliance.
That was, wow. I've never seen a Fae before.
Cool, right?
That was ridiculous.
By the end of this trip, I think you should be paying us.
I,
More.
why? Well, I will be paying
She's
you.
not paying us at all, is she?
No, she's not. I'm making a gesture because she's seen so many things and she's part of the Finders Alliance.
I'm not.
The Finders
Righteous.
Yeah.
What
I
is so
listen.
righteous about that anyway? It's finding things.
Well, and she starts to sort of push or try and push you along as you talk. Are you accepting that?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah.
Chuck the thing back on
I
the back.
guess I'll
All right. As you continue, you're walking along. She says, "Well, the
be
righteous."
assisting as well.
What's that?
I'll be assisting
Yeah.
as well, just for clarity.
Yeah,
better.
perfect. It's the righteous part of it is, yeah, it's just a title that we want to just share with all, that everything we find, we if we ever use it, it's just for the good of Him. We just want to advance Him. We don't want to use it for greed. We don't want to keep it. It's, yes, we can sell it, but we want to make sure that whoever gets it is going to do right by it. So we sell it to the right people. And we just make sure it's going to be good, for good use to make people live better. What does that mean? I don't know. No one knows. whatever we find, we just make sure it's put to good use. Anything we find that's dangerous, we get rid of.
As we're walking, I'll point towards the potential at the Finders Alliance. And your friends down there, the Finders Alliance?
Not really friends. They're not really finders. They don't really find much. But yeah, I mean, they have their own set of laws, their rules, their, you know,
They're not nasty, right?
perception. You know, people
That's
think.
a skill.
Well, that's right. You know, it's all about your own skill, absolutely, of finding out a little bit about what they are and what they do. Personally, I don't have anything against them, but other people, they've seen some horrible stuff happen.
I'm gonna talk to them.
We're going to have to inevitably pass them, aren't we?
Well, you have basically already passed them. You've
Oh, we were
decided
walking the whole
you were
time?
walking while you were carrying.
Oh, I didn't think we were walking as we were talking to the.
Yes. No, not to
We kept
the
walking
Fae.
since.
Yeah, you kept walking. Yeah, you
Oh.
picked the rock back up and you were on your way.
I
We're
did
big
that.
walkers.
Yeah, but they are still behind you. They're still in view, but not for much longer.
I'm going to go and speak to them.
Oh my god, this thing is fucking heavy.
Put it down.
And then-
What if they have something cool there? We don't know. You don't have to come. You just have to watch and see if they get nasty.
Yes,
I'm gonna-
Maybe you can fly up in a tree and watch me from there.
Yeah, in fact, that's exactly what I'll do. Fly up in a branch near the clearing and sit and wait. Like Batman, but way less concerned.
The code word is going to be Kiwi.
Kiwi?
If I need help, I'll yell Kiwi.
Okay.
Do you want me to come with you, or
I'll ignore anything but Kiwi.
No, you should stay with the stone.
Eileen, is the stone heavy? In regard, like, or sorry, is it
heavy.
stable?
It is stable, but
Could I
it is
sit on it?
It is heavy. If you'd like, you can sit on it. Yeah.
I'll, if I feel like it's structurally sound, I'll like kind of perch myself on it and then take some water from my
Yeah, you're trying to heal your hemorrhoids.
a hemorrhoid.
Let's go.
What's
Valerie.
that?
You'll find
Pustules
out when
and
we take
stuff.
off.
Right.
I'm
And,
gonna make my way over.
Sid divulges to me what hemorrhoids is.
Beautiful.
Wow. Must be a human thing.
Excellent.
Very quietly, I'm going to land up in a branch.
Okay.
Kind of look down.
I'm
You do
just
this
gonna
so to try and
approach.
not be seen.
Yes, that
Right. Make a stealth check.
I'm just gonna approach like a friendly stranger in the woods.
Nat 20.
Wow, very nice. Okay, you don't seem to be noticed as they continue. You look down, and before you approach Luna, Velo, you get there first. You notice that they seem to be using very large saws and axes to cut down what seem to be, in fact,
Elves.
older trees. Older trees. These are probably some of the first older trees. They've already been felled. They seem to be just carving up and almost taking the outside off carefully, revealing this beautiful dark wood beneath the moss and that outward bark, and very deftly tearing through it and making big sort of timber planks.
Can I count the rings on the tree?
Looking down, about 10.
Ah, so it's like 10 years old. Nah,
Yeah.
that's fine. I cut it down like some 10,000 year old.
These
I cut down 10-year-olds all the time.
these particular trees, these particular trees are smaller. They are smaller though. They seem to be aiming just for some smaller trees.
Oh, that's actually super ethical. Look down approvingly.
Okay.
And sign.
Luna, as you walk up, they don't seem to take any notice of you.
I'm just literally gonna approach them like I'm being curious.
Yep.
I'm gonna be like, what are you guys doing?
Whoa! And they all turn and they drop their swords and they just hold their hands up.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
It's fine. It's fine.
What are you doing?
We're getting timber. Who are you?
I'm Luna.
Polar, Kret, and Vrome.
Why the tree? What's so special about this tree?
Some of the best timber in this side of Terran. It's building the best ships.
You're building a ship?
Well, we'll sell it to people who'll build ships, yeah.
Cool. What else do you do?
I mean, we're lumberjacks. We're okay.
So do you just stay in this forest all the time?
This guy.
Was that?
So you just stay in this forest all the time?
No. Our home
Are
is.
you okay? do you need to laugh for a moment?
He's just happy I got his Dirk reference.
Yeah.
He's tearing up, I can see it. It's uncomfortable. I'm trying to stare at his face.
No, we're from Old Recce, which is part of the Finders Alliance.
Oh, I've heard of you.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Well, I hope it's been good things. Can we get on with it?
Oh.
We're just on a bit of a time schedule, that's all.
Why?
Well, this timber has to go all the way to the other side of Tebren from
Do you
our
take it
carts.
there,
Yeah,
or
we
do you-
do. Yeah, we do.
That sucks.
Oh, we get paid for it. It's fine.
How much?
It's a bit personal now. Why are you
Do
so
you
curious?
trade in gold?
Some of us do, some of us don't. What's this all about?
Just saw you guys cutting down a tree and I thought I would come and say hello.
And you said yeah, hello. It's not to be rude or anything, but you seem to be asking some pretty personal questions.
I
How do
don't
we
think
get?
they're that personal.
How do we get paid?
Well,
How
I
much?
I didn't know that people traded in things other than gold. Well, I did, but I hadn't heard of people I know actually doing it.
Well, just if you want to know, my next trade is going to be for a home. Don't have one.
Really?
This will buy me a house. Yeah.
Where?
Where? Are you okay? That's private. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to live.
While they argue,
Oh.
he mentioned. Do I hear him mention carts?
Yes.
Where are these carts?
As you shout that out, they all go, ugh!
No.
Oh, that's Valor.
No. I don't say. I'm asking the DM. Where are these
Oh,
carts relative to
Right, okay.
where they are?
As you try and find them beyond the trees that have already been cut down, another good 60 feet away beyond, there are about 6 carts that are drawn by horse.
Guarded carts?
No.
Silently moving from branch to branch.
With the same stealth roll, because you don't need to roll again,
Yeah,
right?
why would I need to? My companions are carrying a heavy burden. We're like 4 days out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think I'm
You
going
think
to
to
try and
yourself.
take one of these carts.
All right.
And I'm going to, once I get the cart, I'm going to take a nice meandering path all the way around the clearing, quiet as the Dickens.
I've never heard that term in my life.
Neither have I.
You know, like
Charles Dickens?
Charles Dickens.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like that.
Right.
Okay.
Why was Charles Dickens quiet?
You had a good stealth modifier.
Yeah.
That was very quick.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
And
Excellent.
I'm going to, bring it back to my companions.
Okay.
As
Yeah,
I arrive,
sure.
very, very gently, knowing the direction of the wind, very gently, as horses, not spook them.
And that spookiness will need you to roll me an animal handling check, please.
Horses
While
rapidly.
this is going on, too, I'll be joining Hood sitting on the rock. I think this is basically like the conversation that we just had with that Fae.
I'm gonna take a look at if I can see Luna's face and the awkwardness from the conversation that's just happened.
It's look. You can see it on an angle. Yeah.
Oh, most definitely. But please, cats too? Prolapse? Hemorrhoids?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm not high. What about Velo? What do you
You must
think?
take care of yourself.
So,
Luna.
Velo, what did you roll?
22.
A 22.
22. 19 plus 3. That's a good horsey. All's alright. Yeah. I'll take you to your new home now.
You
Throw him off a cliff.
gain the understanding of one of these horses, where the others are sort of. They're just a little bit on edge, but
Don't rat me out, horsey.
you do see a particularly strong set of knots that are tying each cart between each other.
Take my scimitar. And I would cut the rope.
Make me.
And not in a big, swooshing motion.
If you're just trying
Nice
to
little
Would he have advantage if he beaked it?
No.
I don't think I can be.
No.
It's a
Um,
pigeon beak.
Make me a dexterity check, please.
While this is happening in an effort to not distract, because
Well, you can't.
I can't see
him.
this.
No.
and I'm genuinely curious, I'm going to be like, things like, I just like to know about the world. I've only lived in one place. I haven't traveled too much. This is my first time traveling.
It's okay. Word of advice, lady, about
Luna.
traveling. Luna,
You'll
sorry.
use my name, that's respect.
Fair enough. Luna, don't be
Taro.
so curious.
Luna Taro.
Luna Taro, don't be so curious.
Why?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just trying to make friends.
Okay.
Would you like to be friends?
Wow. Forward, but I don't think we'll see each other ever again.
Why?
If we do, I tell you what. If we do, I will buy you a drink in a friendly manner at the nearest tavern in Old Recce. We're going to sit down and we'll be friends. How does that sound?
Is there another way to buy someone a drink?
In the friendliest way possible, we'll sit you down and I'll... What's that? What are you doing?
This is a pinky promise.
But-
So,
Oh.
if we do, and you break this, I'll know about it. So you have to shake my pinky.
You're one of the magic ones, are you? From the Wizard Guild, is that right? Is that how you'll be able to tell?
No, I'm not a wizard. I'm a druid.
Just as bad.
No, I just read the energies in the room or the outdoors.
Do I actually have to do this?
Yeah. You promised.
He tentatively holds out this large pinky.
I am
quite
trying
dirty.
to trick him into thinking that I'll know though.
Sure, of course. He does. He doesn't seem to. Yeah. And
Good.
he takes your pinky and he shakes it.
I'll know.
18.
And you carve very gently the first cart of this mottled grey and white steed and the cart adjacent that it's connected to. And you slowly lead it back to, on a roundabout curve, away from the site of the lumberjacks, into the site of the stone and Hood, Tinier, and Sid.
I found a cart. Now you're going to have to carry this for 3 days.
And knowing that they build carts, I'm going to be like, oh, wait, you guys build carts. No, I'm not going to say that. That would be awful.
It'd take
I'm glad I saw your reaction, though. That was nice.
Are you on your way now, Luna Taro?
It's actually Luna Sol Aurora Tarot.
Luna Sol Aurora Taro.
It's very long.
I don't doubt that. I'm just Polar.
Paula,
Polar. Nice to meet you.
what's your surname?
Don't have one.
You don't have one?
Say bye-bye.
Your parents never gave you a last name? That's really sad.
It's
Sorry.
not. I've got a fairly unique name. I'm happy with it.
It's like the bear. Anyway, it was nice to meet you.
It's been a pleasure, Luna. Solar. Luna.
Just Luna's fine.
Yeah.
We're friends now.
No, we'll be friends when we have that drink.
Okay, well, you promised. And
See you
I
soon.
walk away. I say that.
Tinia looks directly towards you, Bello, and says, "Where did you get that?
Found it.
Found it?"
I'll get over this.
Oh, you sly old duck. I fucking love you. I'll give you a big hug. And while I do, I'm going to try to scoop up some more loose feathers if they're available.
You can feel you stealing my feathers, but that's fine.
As you lift gently this stone onto the cart, it's a good
Am I
fit.
still sitting on it?
It only hangs, no, you both lift it on, and it hangs only slightly off the end of the cart, only by half a foot.
Out of interest, is there any like sigils of the Finders Alliance on it?
No, it's quite plain.
Fine. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right. Tinier looks over and gives you this slight smirk, but then becomes serious and says, "Let's go, let's go."
Alright.
Has Luna returned yet?
Luna's back.
I'm gonna, in an effort to get back to them quickly, because I don't know anything sus is going on. This is more a speed thing. I'm gonna use Misty Step.
Okay. as you just remember the magic which has been bestowed upon you by the very ground.
Is that a once a day thing?
Yes.
Cool.
You think about this magic as it coalesces around you, and you find yourself moving extremely quickly, almost just one step of the foot, and you are with your companions.
Hi.
And you all see this blur, and then Amara simply
Sorry, who?
a blur. Luna appears.
She's dead.
No, what is
Thanks
it?
for the
Luna,
hype in the back.
Luna.
Aurora.
Soul.
No, Sol Aurora Tari. Sol Aurora Tari.
Thank you.
Have I seen you use that before? I think you used it on the ship. Can you?
Misty Step, no.
Yeah, you didn't. Luna, jeez, don't scare me like that.
You surprised me. I'm actually pretty impressed. You should have told us you were going to go distract him so Bella could steal the car.
We found the cart in the forest.
Did you steal the car?
That's what you told me to do.
No, I didn't.
You did. You said the code word is Kiwi.
I didn't say Kiwi once.
That's. Okay, I misinterpreted.
Hold on a second.
I thought you meant.
That's one of my friends over there now.
I thought you meant.
That's
I
Paula.
will
We're going to have a
distract
drink one day.
I will distract them. And you steal the cart, is what I thought you meant by that.
That's a lie.
Well, obviously it's too late now. Let's go.
Are you heading off?
I'm sorry, Luna, but this is convenient.
Yeah, but it's mean.
Yes, well, we'll cut down another tree. It'll be fine.
Yet again, we're making enemies for no reason.
I'm avenging the
First the
trees.
Fae.
Oh, the Fae left's pretty happy.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean the little Fae. I mean the Fae, the Mouse King Fae.
The all-powerful
came
gods
around.
of this world, yes, and then those 7 guys. So if anything, we're tapering off.
Do you all have a death wish? Because I certainly don't.
Hey, to remember, and I'll like tap on the rock. I'm pretty sure this is gonna make the Mouse King pretty happy.
I don't care about making the Mouse King happy.
I don't know why you want to get on with the Fae. They sound just as dodgy as everyone else.
They invented this new world, pretty much. Why would I want to be on their bad side? I don't want to get in with them. I just don't want to be on their bad side.
Remember the options they gave us when we first met. It wasn't very kind to do that.
Are we rolling while we argue?
You're rolling away.
That's fine. I say nothing.
You're rolling away.
Robots roll out.
Fine by me.
I don't think they were they weren't outwardly rude though.
No.
No, but they tried to force us into things. They
Yeah,
weren't
and-
giving us options.
Can you imagine how much they thought the Mouse King was a bad person if they were trying to force us into that? There must be a reason, right? It's not because the Mouse King's a good person.
We've heard Faes have their secrets as well. These boys, they don't want anyone to know about.
Can I tell you a secret? If someone has to hide under a cloak to get into a city, they're usually not a good person.
I'd be careful of what you say there. Sometimes people hide to get out of situations.
That's true. I don't think that's the circumstance of the Mouse King.
Well, I think we might
You
need
have
to...
the almighty gods of the world telling us that he's a bad person, and then you have him unable to show his face in cities. It's not necessarily the signs of a good person.
Unless you want to put your faith in these Fae.
Well, they made the world better. Can you imagine what this world would have been like if they didn't heal it?
I'm not too sure. From where I sit, the world's not too much better for myself.
I bet you they're all equally shit, but he's the only one offering
You
to pay
might
us.
not even be here,
Perhaps.
so you should be thankful for what we have.
And I am. And that's why I'm trying to get more.
Yes. I, for one, am thankful that we now have this cart.
I'm just saying there's 2 sides. And you've picked the side that outwardly offends. Very powerful people in this world.
Yes.
I experienced the people who outwardly pretend to be righteous and good. Usually the biggest shit gets out.
I don't think the Fae will care about this cart.
As that was the last comment before a short silence, Tinier, you four,
I'm not
and a new companion, a horse, trots along with Tinier just making sure that the path is right.
Can everyone else hydrate?
That continues on to safety and Old Reki, which now, after a day and a half, becomes visible in the far distance below now that the cloud cover has passed. The sweet smell of recent rain still hangs in the air. And as you look down towards this opening, this clearing of trees finally, and you see the city below, you now have a potential treasure that the Mouse King would very much like, and a reward to offer as well. But we'll go on a break now of 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and see what the city now holds.
And in 10 minutes' time, you can catch us doing a shot in the name of Promethean, who didn't kill all of us, but also we didn't all escape. So
Watch that stream. It's
everyone
Dead by
gets
Daylight.
punished.
Yeah, we'll see you all in 10 minutes. See you soon.
can shot this.
Um,
This is huge. That is not a.
That's a lot.
That's two.
That's two.
You know, you're the one who
Said
said all this on the
that.
street.
Yeah.
We didn't say any of
I
it.
mentioned the shoey.
I think it's better that we're not doing shoes.
Well, you
Anyone
wouldn't
who
have
wants
to.
to do a shoey can have my shoey.
No, it was me or Promethean would do shoeys. Also, though, Promethean has to do this on the OzQuest channel.
Promethean, I will
So,
send you one of my shoes if you want to.
Yeah, please don't get yourself sick. off
I
this.
will say that there should be some commands
Do it
that
at the
are
phone.
not working at the moment. But I think we would have to end the stream and restart it for them to activate. So
Oh,
we're
okay.
not going to do
No,
that.
no.
But next week you'll be able to experiment with exclamation point bruh, exclamation point swearjar, and exclamation point for all of our names, as well as me finally doing an exclamation point lurk.
Amazing.
Because we've probably been very overdue for that.
That's cool. Awesome.
I
Are we-
drank a
who's-
whole bottle of wine when I made this bet. Okay, let's do it.
Alright.
In the name of Promethean, our Lord and Savior.
And to Vim.
What a guy.
Haha. Ciao.
Need to go back in again.
Okay.
I hate it. Why did you give me rum?
Sip of coffee. Chase it down.
All right.
I hate it.
Let's.
Thanks, Promethean.
Yeah, good times.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Ray.
I've changed my accent now, guys.
That's
One's just
true,
got
by
some
the way.
hair on him now.
You could have given me gin.
What a guy. All right. Shall we head back in before you all get sleepy from
Can I
that?
have some of your water?
Yes. Yeah, 10 hydrates definitely. We all good?
Yeah, it just tasted fucking foul.
There it is.
It's okay, it wasn't in character.
Is that
It's fine.
another double
It's
shot?
fine, it wasn't in character.
Wow. Hydrate. Thank you so much, John.
So we just got to bring Luna a rum.
That's right. Oh, there you go. Hydrates. Hydrates are coming. Enjoy.
Still
Thank you so
there.
much, Barry. Oh, and thank you very much for the follow as well, AJ_4256. Thank you. All of the hydrates. Keep hydrating. Keep going.
I don't have anything
That's
for
right,
you.
it's water.
Oh, the swear jar one worked. Maybe it's bra with 2 H's.
Interesting.
How do
I
you
like
spell
it.
brush, Ellen?
Oh, one H. But that's fine.
Yeah.
It's
It
also
depends.
a line.
Depends where I'm like at.
Ooh, maybe you could do your own Wordle.
Wordle. It's only ever bro with 2
Bro.
H's every day.
First time, every time.
No, bra still doesn't work. Okay, well,
Well, let's head back in. So,
other ones don't work. Interesting. Oh no, it does.
over the course of the next week and a half, you find yourselves walking and journeying downward. Not dangerously, but more slowly, as you're now traveling with a treasure, with a horse in tow, of an unknown quartz that hopefully will shape to be something wonderful.
While we're on the track down, if it's okay,
Sure.
I would like to try and determine the horse's gender.
You easily understand that it is a female.
Cool. And then I would like to try and bond with it on the way. So I would like to just talk to it like it's a friend and just jabble random things and give it pats and sneak it carrots that I don't have. So maybe flowers instead. And I would like to turn around to everyone in the group and say, the horse's name is Marjorie.
Make over the course of that time, I'll get you to make 3 animal handling checks, please.
Can I do it with advantage for my kindness?
You cannot.
Okay, the first one is a 14.
14.
The second one is a 6.
Mhm.
No, a 7.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one is a 19.
Wow. All right.
Very good.
By the journey's end, as you start to enter Old Reki, the massive, sprawling city of dark stone, the horse has taken a liking to you, and Marjorie starts to nuzzle against you.
I'm gonna write down that the horse's name is Marjorie.
And the grey mottled mane on grey mottled skin just starts to get closer and closer to you more than others, and starts to just eye you off a little bit as you pat and care for it.
I'd like to even use it as a pillow some nights.
It does lay, and it's only on the last night that it does seem to allow you to comfortably lay on its stomach.
When I see that, I'm gonna go. I thought horses slept standing up.
What?
What?
Yeah, they sleep standing up.
Both of us.
Really?
I don't know this one.
What do you know?
I mean, I saw you lay down in the bed the other night, and I see birds perched in trees.
Well, it's true. I was confused. I thought you like hung upside down.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was kind of, you know, when you go to
Only if you.
places in the city and the birds roost, there's always that big, gross white shit stain underneath. I was kind of expecting that below the bed, but
Do you
how's
always
it?
shed feathers when you sleep?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, I do.
Why is that?
Age, gout.
it's probably all that bread you eat. I don't think it's good for birds.
Yeah, you shouldn't eat it all at once.
Matter of
Yeah.
fact, I've heard rice isn't so good for you
You
either.
know how old I am, all of you? Stop eating rice at this point. Oh. Stop eating rice.
How old are you?
Old.
No, like if you had to put a numeric next to it.
Oh, like,
as fuck.
yeah.
Old as fuck.
That's
I get the description, but numbers matter.
Right.
no, I'm just curious.
Somewhere between 0 and Nanya. Don't ask a lady her age.
I'm also a lady.
You should know most of all.
You can tell me in secret.
Now you girls go do your thing, eh?
Can I paint your talons?
Oh my god, yes.
If you stop asking about my age, yes.
I still want to know.
One day.
Okay. I'll wait.
You can paint my talents.
What color?
Something a rabbit won't see coming. Green.
Midnight grey.
Between the day you stole the caravan, or the cart, and
Found.
the last day before Old Reki, which is a week and a half, it is uneventful. Tinier is mostly in silence, just almost guarding the rock, looking around, making sure nothing approaches stealthily to try and take it. And nothing does. You do, however, continue to see wildlife and other fauna and flora.
Do we see any other? I've written this wrong, but Berlin.
What are you
Deer?
talking about?
Glitter farts?
Yeah, he's talking about glitter farts.
Flithida.
Flip
I'm
it
trying
up.
to respect my DM.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So the pronunciation is Flithida. Flithida.
I have started spelling everything in my journal phonetically
Phonetically.
because
Flithida.
it's so much easier than getting the actual spelling.
Have we seen any other?
You can make yourself a perception check to see if you notice any more.
That's probably going to be a new. Perceptions 3 and a 6.
So 9.
Yeah.
You do not know.
9 is also no.
That's right. For reference, though, you almost think that you see every now and again, especially at night, a glow of colour, similar sized, but you look a bit more closely and it's just a mushroom that's glowing in its place along a tree.
Similar light as the.
Similar light.
Okay.
Yeah, correct.
If it's possible over that journey towards the end, I would have liked to have a small conversation with Tinia, yeah.
Worth
Sure.
noting as well, like along the way at the more difficult parts of the journey that were like more treacherous, I guess, which they're probably not that treacherous. but
Not on this path.
if anything that like seemed like we needed a little bit of extra spirit, I would have brought back that ocean smell as
Sure.
well.
No problem. What would you like to talk to Tinier about?
So, Tinier, give me the scribe down here.
I'm not a scribe.
No, like you know what's written on the parchment.
I
It's a
don't really
metaphor,
write
it doesn't
much.
matter. What
That's the word.
scribe down? It's like a download, but not. Anyways, lost in translation, I guess. You are trying to make a pact with the Swords Imperium, yeah?
That's us. Yeah, we're having a bit of an alliance with them for now. Yeah.
What to what end? What's happening?
Well, they're a fighters guild. They'll probably just pay more for the things that we find.
And how do you feel about that? You equipment.
Rich.
Well, what if they use these things for equipment and weapons versus
Yes.
what I believe you want to see these things in museums?
Don't even worry about it. It's all written down. So what they do is they're going to make shields. They're not going to make sharp tools for killing. They're going to make shields for protecting. That's their pledge. If we find that they do the opposite, we'll just stop altogether business with them. And they'll just have to find something, and they're back to square one.
So you
we
think that the
stay with our rules. Good.
so you see this crystal as a benefit then for them to use for healing and
Yes.
protection versus
Healing is perfect for us. You know, we want a good reputation here. And this is the way to get it. If I saw a sword, let's say in a rock, and I could get it out, no, I wouldn't sell it to them. Not in a million years.
you distrust of them.
Not distrust. But we have to hold a reputation for offering a way forward, not a way backwards. We don't want to go back to old wars. We want to keep everything the way it is and better it. That's
Then-
our pledge.
You know the Mouse King, or you know of him?
Of him. Of him.
And your thoughts?
Silver tongued. He's very
You
good with
mentioned
his
that a
words.
number of times.
Well, he doesn't actually have a silver tongue. I know some beings do. It can weigh on them. But
Particularly on the jaw, it's not good.
No, definitely not. You know, the teeth get all. But he's got a way of talking, a way of convincing. Very, very convincing fellow. Mouse. Rodent. Something. He calls himself the Mouse King because he is. He's very much a leader. Inspiring. And that's why we like him. Us.
And who is the leader then of the righteous? Finders righteous.
Finders righteous. Well, let's look that up for you. Ukal Orif, a Kalashtar, is our leader. Ukal is an interesting fellow. He's definitely one to be very lawful, and he's the one that hands down all these rules. We just follow them.
I nearly sneezed. That's what that noise was.
And do you understand our place in this mission here? Do you
No.
see us a part of the
What do you want to
Imperium?
join?
We're just here on something, a lucrative,
Mercenary work.
yes, not so attractive a word, but
What word would you like? Would you prefer to replace that with? You're a mercenary. You're swords for hire, aren't you?
we seek acquisitions. We are entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs.
Yes,
Oh.
same and same, yes.
Hey, thanks so much for the subs.
That's cool.
That's really cool. Enjoy the subs. Now you have to watch
Aww,
us.
sweet.
Thank you so much.
Emily, you're sweet. Sorry for talking to you like a dog.
Luna's just like,
Look, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, sure, call yourselves what you want, but if you want to join the Swords Imperial, you can just ask. I mean, you can just ask the Mouse King. He just wants to. Yeah, he's a bit greedy, I think, but his heart's in the right place.
I was about to ask, silver-tongued peoples. You don't think sometimes dangerous?
Yeah, that can be, but we've vetted the Mouse King. We went all into his backstory, and his story is old, but it's fairly innocent. He was part of the Fighters Guild, some sort of fallout, and he's fine.
You not know of any of the fallout?
No, not really. Not really our business. Well, we did try and look into it, but Fighters Guild is fairly tight-lipped.
And what do you think of the Fighters Guild?
See that they are the corrupt ones. They want the weapons. They want complete dominion. They're the evil ones. I think that's why the Mouse King wants a change.
Interesting.
That's all I've heard.
Yeah, this is a good conversation. Thank you.
It has been a good conversation. I thank you.
And how are you faring on this trip? Is this hard work for you?
No, very easy actually compared to other threats I've come across before.
Hopefully we can endeavor to employ you for something else.
Did you know? And she sort of gets you to come in a little bit more. I saw,
One ear.
I heard a rumor, a myth, that through one of the portals, some of the wildest creatures ever we've seen, ever my ancestors came through this portal, and we scattered, or they scattered, in hundreds of directions, because there stood some of the greatest, meanest, hungriest, and dangerous things ever. No one's seen them since. People think they've escaped to the world, but it's been a long time. There are names for these creatures. The Devourers. That's the most common name.
The scroll that I picked up and read, wasn't that something along the lines of "We'll devour you all"? Or?
Wasn't quite.
Once again, Ben coming up with his own narrative.
once per episode.
I'm not sure if I wrote it down. I did read it.
We will rise.
Well, we will rise. Yeah.
Correct.
Last episode, you made up that it was a new tavern that we were in. This episode, laying down the law.
So I rocked up at level 20.
And started blasting.
Yeah, plus 14 to all my skills.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's quite interesting.
Strange.
The world would. Do I know anything of that area?
No rumor, no myth, no story
Yeah.
has reached you, or you've read about it. No, not even word of mouth. Every conversation you've ever had, you don't recall there being any word of the world. Tinier seems to be the first one that seems to have even mentioned the word.
Okay. And I'll ponder on that. You must tell me more of this story when you can.
Of what?
What you've heard from this place.
Well, when we have more time, maybe when we drop this off.
Yeah. And we'll march on.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything else during this time?
Just bond with this newfound friend.
Absolutely.
I'd actually be paying attention to that.
Mm.
Sort of keeping an eye out. It's a little
In
bit,
case I decide to eat the horse.
Sure.
a little bit spishy.
Yep.
And I'd also be keeping an eye out for things similar to those peachy sweet flowers, or if these glowing mushrooms were fairly obvious, I might go collect some of that. But I don't know if you want me to roll for.
My roll for perception as you try and walk along to see.
Get wrecked.
Fuck every dice I've ever bought.
But these ones were the most expensive.
Don't rub it in for him.
At least they look good when they fuck me over.
You are wizards.
Aeoncraft though. Aeoncraft was
Your
sanding
dice
my dice.
do
before.
look amazing.
Just the roll.
It's,
So-
I think it's once this gets involved.
So
Just roll with your mouth.
Okay.
you don't notice any of these mushrooms though, no, nor flower. As you continue your way, you do not seem to collect anything, no. And you do keep a watch on Luna and the horse, Marjorie.
Oh, Marjorie.
And you
Marge.
eventually, after days and nights in the wilderness, but on a direct path downward, which doesn't sway, seems to be a straight on, almost completely straight, oddly enough, path from the mountains of the Sierra to Old Reki and the non-walls of this vast city, where a crisscross of streets and laneways greet you once more. Though there are guards on the perimeter of the city, made up by these dark beasts that are ridden on by elves and humans, these panther-like creatures that seem to shimmer and smoke, and with these green glowing eyes look towards any intruders. Though they let you in, they do spy you as you walk. You continue your way forward, and almost immediately people do start to turn toward you, just curiously. Just as they, looking around, you don't notice anyone else with a cart for some time. You then also notice in the afternoon suns that seem to shine still this bright yellow light on you with a sheen of orange, of burnt orange on the streets, of these pebbles that crunch underneath you. There are crowds around, peoples. There are these metal men. There are these blue-skinned, tall and regal-looking creatures, humanoids. There are these gold, silver, and blue-scaled draconic beings that are walking around. There are these humans, proud, but others looking like disheveled. There are halflings, gnomes. There are also other tabaxi, other feline creatures. Some walking on all fours, some walking on two legs. All around you, there's activity. And with activity, there is song. As you look around, you see bards, singers, with guitar, sitar, and others singing, "When the world was born, in the eyes of Rion, the thousands of feet tall, in the ground of grass afore, for freedom, for life, for glory, and riches, greed has come to fill up their britches." And it continues on with other fair.
I like that Ben and I did that at the exact same time without like cueing each other.
Others with fair song. In fact, there are almost one in every laneway and in every street that you go down, and that you hear the echoes of some of them. Some singing of brave myth, others of sorrow. One speaks, "I sing of a tale of a wide-eyed creature who swung it here and there, the best feature. Tall and broad it sweeps aside the ages and pages of all that's alive."
Nobody make eye contact. You're going to ask us for coin.
I give them a coin.
You give them a coin? What
Yeah.
coin? would you like
Actually,
to
yeah.
give?
As I'm passing through, I'm gonna
I'm gonna give
flip them a couple of
them
copper.
a gold piece.
A gold piece? Okay, a copper?
Yeah.
Okay, you give them a copper coin. They all just dip their hats in thanks. One in particular comes closer. This, what looks to be this just very large-nosed, large-nostriled humanoid creature, but it looks like there's a sheen of this light paleness to his face. Some freckles among his eyes, but he does seem to be a bit older as well. You can see these small, these crow's feet along the end of the eyes as he looks down, tall, thin. Well, thank you very much for the coin, madam.
Oh,
What brings you to Old Recky?
we've
Yes.
been here before.
So you say.
How deep into the town are we with all the equipment?
By now, you're probably a good 10 minutes through.
And we're heading towards the Mouse King.
You're still heading towards the end of the new day.
Yeah, at the end of the new day, yeah.
Correct. At this point, Tinier has also stopped and is looking and observing.
What's your name?
Zifkrin, at your service.
What
You're
brings
very-
you to here?
What brings I?
Yeah.
I am a simple entertainer. I am here to regale stories. You, however, are the more interesting bunch of people I've ever seen.
Why would you think that?
Well, it's not often you see a tabaxi, a drow, of all things, and then a bird.
Hey, what do you mean of all things?
Meaning no disrespect, sir. But I've seen.
That's been laughing at. Good. Get him, kitty cat.
Meaning no disrespect, but you. I've a personal history of distaste. No offense, I'm sure you are a fine fellow.
Yeah, I
And-
heard you're a prick too.
I will take that with sincerity.
Are you sure that you do?
And then an Aarakocra.
I haven't got any
I
money.
think so too.
I am not asking for any.
I'm just telling you I haven't got any.
Very well. And obviously elves. The most numerous of kinds
There's
here
a
in
lot
Vin.
of us.
There are.
There really is.
For that I am glad.
Sorry, what race was old Ziff?
He looks humanoid, but there is a sheen of something with almost a light glow about his face.
What are you?
Well, you all speak quite plainly. It's not at all
Oh, I'm just
unusual.
curious.
No, curiosity is welcome in Old Recky.
I heard curiosity killed the cat.
Hey, come on now. I'm right
You gonna kill
here.
him? You
I
want
have
me to kill him?
no
That was a
intention.
joke. That was a joke. You can
Yeah.
laugh.
It was quite
As he
nervy.
laughs, I'm just gonna like pat him on the back.
He sort of, I have quite an arm on you. Your names?
Well, I am Hood.
It is a pleasure. I also like to discourse with my audience. Forgive me if I am not allowing you to pass.
Sorry, outside of question. He was a singer, was he? Then, was he?
He was one of the bar.
Okay, cool. Makes sense.
So,
I'm Luna.
Luna,
Luna Tarot.
Luna Tarot, a pleasure. Well,
This is Sid.
Sid
And this is Valor.
and Valor. I must say, I am Zifkrin, and once again, welcome back to Old Recky, my home. But what brings you back? What bonds you to this great, a bit
It's a
flat
really nice
city?
tavern here.
Is there? May I ask of its kind?
Is it called the Tavern of the Sun or something?
Well, you would know. Being a bard, do I know that this is a bard?
He's certainly strumming a sitar.
Well, being a bard, let's play again. What are the 5 best taverns here?
Is this a game of chance, or you're simply wanting information?
I think Hood just wants to know what your favorite bars are so he can get the best dwarven rum.
I do like a dwarven rum.
He
Well, I have
likes
visited the
long-
many inns.
long and hard dwarven rum.
Yes, in here.
Very well. Then there is simply one inn that you must visit.
Yes, tell me.
The underground.
Oof.
Is it actually underground?
It actually is.
Sounds awful.
In fact, for birds, potentially.
Sounds exciting.
But it is quite a lovely tavern. The underground houses some of the best dwarven from the Alenorian mountains themselves to the south. Now, I must ask once again, but you seem to be carrying goods with you.
Is there other people traveling back and forth?
Yeah, they're just going past. Yeah, on
This is
the
Marjorie.
a fine steed, a very fine steed.
Can you see what's under the blanket? Like, is any part of the stone peeking out, or?
Having a quick glance, you do notice that the wind and breeze that has been around has exposed a corner.
We sell quartz.
Is that right?
Mm.
Quartz.
I'm very versed in crystals.
Oh, it's a type of crystal. I've not heard
Well,
of this
not
quartz
a
before.
precious type of crystal. It's a crystal that was found in the ground.
Is that right?
Yeah.
If I may say so, not to intrude, but it looks utterly stupendous. Very, very colourful for a quartz.
The only problem is it's common as anything. You find them everywhere.
Really?
Yeah. We'll make another few runs up into the mountains, and hopefully that'll.
Which mountains do you speak of?
I turn to Tinia. I'm gonna say, this is our guy Tinia. Tell them where we come from.
Why are you doing that?
Just looking real intensely.
How much does emotion a pigeon has?
Look, the
like you had, like-
eyebrows furrowed.
Mm.
She looks towards you. She looks to give you a bit of a confusing look. The mountains.
There you have it, the mountains.
I don't think it matters too much where we got it from. It's just we're here for trade.
Please do not believe me as some sort of treasure hunter or anything like that. This is not my style. I am simply here to entertain, and if I can sing of a tale, I will sing of yours, and I was just finding some ideas, some inspiration.
Is Bella next to me?
Who are you
Yeah.
going to sing about this to?
On the streets, the peoples.
Mm.
Let them hear about.
The Tale of Five Nobodies. You had nothing. A good song.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, now that you say it that way,
We all have names though. And we have some quartz.
I can spin something up like that. Yes.
And what kind of royalties would we get out of the song?
Royalties.
Well, you want to sing about us, so...
Here's what I'll do.
Prince.
A down payment. This rum I've been talking about on me right now.
Good. That's like your dream.
Seek that as a payment for this song.
Well, you'd have to give me the song before I would have to pay.
In which case, fair enough. But a taste of this dwarven rum first. Don't worry, I will not get you drunk on it. I cannot afford that much. It is
Well,
very expensive.
I feel like the shout-out that we had at the beginning of the session may have already done that.
I feel like a double would be enough.
What
I
say?
don't know what you're talking about.
Well, a bit out of character disposition there, but...
What say you?
I
A
must
moment of
admit
your
I'm
time,
I'm
only.
speaking on behalf of my friends right
I
now,
think it would
so...
be fun.
Like fun, like talking to those woodsmen?
Well, it's funner than talking to the Mouse King.
That was brilliant fun talking to us.
Oh shit. I shouldn't have said that out loud.
Sid?
He does seem to just give you a quick glance and then back to you, Hood.
Just kidding. That was so unintentional. I guess it's in character.
I'm just unamused with this guide. I'll be leaning on the stone to make sure it's safe.
Are you... You've got your loot, don't you?
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on his style. Your style.
I'll tell you
Come,
what.
I will sing you another tale, and as we continue on, I have some more.
I think we should do that.
Hmm.
That would be fun.
It is only beyond the next street.
How about a song off?
What?
On the way.
Talking about some kind of song battle.
Yes.
Wait. Why
A
can't we
battle
just
of the
make
songs.
Why can't we just make friends with no catch?
This is not a please, Luna Taro. The meaning of it is not. I've been through this before, if you will. It is not a simple clashing of swords, but of voices. It is quite spectacular.
Oh, I understand.
A friendly competition. We are friends.
I get
here.
it. I'm not stupid.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't aware.
You
If
weren't
you
aware
were.
that I'm not stupid? I was your number one advocate.
My
now
deepest
I'm kind of turning
apologies.
against you.
My deepest
That's a
apologies.
little bit nasty.
I simply wasn't aware if you did know what that meant. No violence intended, and no insult.
This is pure entertainment right now.
I get it. I'm not dumb.
You should put
Oh,
this in
I'm
your
sorry.
song.
Thank you.
Luna, I am sorry.
Can we please just continue to one drink?
I'll accept your apology. But you owe me a drink.
Nice, I'll get you one. Alright, so
And not rum. Wine.
Wine it is.
re-educate me on the deal here.
I give you. I offer sweetened the deal, and I buy you all the drink of your choice from the underground Dwarven rum. Then, then perhaps from there we will go and discuss the next bargain.
I have an idea. I don't want us to take Marjorie underground. I
She
think
can stay outside.
Yeah, but I don't like the idea of her staying outside with the cart, and Tinier would
We-
have to wait with her, and I feel like that's a big hassle. So what if, here's my deal with you, since you now owe me for being disrespectful. We could go back and meet our friend. We could talk to our friend. We could stable Marjorie, and then we can meet you at the underground.
I think
And
that
then we
sounds
will
fair.
give you the story of our travels.
If it's the story that you want, this is a good deal. We can.
And I'll buy you a drink, even though you hurt my feelings.
While this is going on, I pulled out the lute and I'm just starting to twist the tuning pegs and the ding 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 tuning.
That is a fine instrument.
It's a piece of shit, but it is what you make of it.
Mhm. As you understand, my time is short. We may not be able to meet like this again. I do apologize. I understand that your time is short as well. Perhaps we will pass by another time.
I have a better idea. If this story is really that important to you, why don't a couple of us go down, have some rum, and the rest of us can go with the cart and Marjorie and get her stabled.
Tinier,
I like bards.
we have an obligation to you and our
Oh yes, I know.
contract.
She looks up at him. She just almost get an embarrassed smile from her.
You know this man.
No, I'm just.
Are you a fan?
No. And make an insight check.
Can I get in on this attack?
Yeah.
That's not 20.
Well, really?
Mine is shit.
You get to understand that she might like the look of him.
Okay, so he's hot stuff.
I'm gonna look up and down the street. Is anyone watching us have this conversation?
Perception check.
Dirty 20.
Jeez.
We're level 1.
As
It's
you
never
look,
gonna get better than this.
Yep. As you look around, you suddenly realize, fellow, the singing has ceased. And at the corner of almost every street, anyone with an instrument in their hands seems to be tuning it, checking it,
It's like Scott Pilgrim versus the world.
but just looking
The
over
virus.
at you,
Oh, sorry.
looking over at
It's up.
looking over at your interaction. Everyone else just seems to be going about their day. But just the bard seems to have stopped.
If my lute is sufficiently tuned,
Mm-hmm.
I might attempt to mimic this bard's style that
Okay.
we heard,
All right.
and start playing a little ditty. I'm suspicious of this man who seems to have no time. Like maybe he's trying to rob us blind. And if he does, I have the mind to slit his throat and tan his behind.
Oh,
He just gives you this. Well done.
And I'll bow.
Well done. Now, please. I think we ought to have that drink.
I think you ought to accept one of my deals.
I can't help but notice all of these people seem to be looking out our direction. All your friends.
They also deem it to be a necessity that you follow. And now his gaze becomes from a smirk to not.
I think we're being robbed, Luna.
do I know the rules in Old Reki?
You know the rules.
The laws.
The laws.
Yeah.
Yes, you have an idea why.
Well, I'm not going to tell you until I know.
Oh, right. I mean, the laws are fairly strict.
Can
Yes.
everyone
Yes.
please hydrate?
There's a. Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
There's certainly some laws around.
Oh wow,
theft
there's
and,
3 of
oh
them.
gosh.
Finish your beer, Michele.
Murdering on the street.
No, don't finish it. There's a lot in there.
It's not murdering if we're getting
Yeah, murdering on the
Oh
street.
wow,
illegal.
maybe you have to. There's a lot of hydrates there.
Thank you,
It's perfect.
Ramshin.
Thank you so much.
There's one more.
Hydrate.
We see one more, you have to finish.
Wow, these
that.
rums are all going down too
Don't you redeem it?
quick.
Doesn't count if you redeem
If you redeem it, I'm going to give you another double.
No.
He already did.
So, you
He's
know
gotta
that
drive the
you know
tea
that the
up.
laws are fairly strict.
Stand here above.
There's a jail time for theft and pretty much anything bar murder. Murder is instant death.
Instant
Sure
death,
is.
jeez, on the street. Okay, so
He just dropped dead.
oof.
Pretty strong deterrent.
You all noticed at this point that he shuffles his hand towards his waist, and beneath he does reveal to be a rapier.
How many bards? Sorry.
Would I know in Old Reki if a friend with the last name of Trisleth would have a place that's close by?
Yeah, you would, but it's not close by. It's another few blocks away.
I'm going to, upon seeing this rapier, look at our friend, and I'm going to say, Ziff, this is not very friendly of you. And my eyes are gonna flash like an amber color. And could you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
You count about 20 of them, by the way.
20. It's good odds. If it's 1 point of damage per person, I can survive 8 of them.
15.
Well, bollocks. Because he saves. I attempted charm person. I think he knows that I tried it.
Yes, he does. Once again, he says, I know your names.
Well, if
Now-
you know my name, you should know that I have very powerful parents, and they would not be very happy that you are doing this.
Well, you run off then afterward and you tell them. But right now, I would invite you to the underground, where I will indeed buy you a drink, but you will bring the cart with you.
And I'm going to go up close to them, to him specifically. Under whose authority?
Close back to you, he whispers,
Secrets.
on the authority of the Mages Guild.
Ooh.
more specifically, the Chimlerti.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to spell this. Chimlerti?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
do I get an advantage on my
no.
next roll?
Inspiration.
And what do you plan to do out here in open conflict?
We will wait you out until you decide to follow us, that we can discuss more about your find and investigate it more.
This
If
find
you
is not
heard
yours.
Marjorie, I'll be very upset.
She will not be harmed.
Good.
If this was your plan, why have you brought so few men?
He just smiled at you. So you gather.
You don't have a choice.
No, I think we have plenty of choice.
Did you all just meet at like a music shop or something?
Well,
The karma you get from this will be really bad.
and that I will accept. Shall we?
We don't have a choice.
I think
And
we
he
still
sort
take
of-
it back to.
He takes out his rapier and then simply points away to the left.
Right.
No, left.
Can't you like fly away and just alert someone? I'm
Well-
saying this openly in front.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, but I'm also thinking, how loyal are these bards standing on the street? When they see what we do to him, they probably surely will flee.
I don't think we should do that.
For moral reasons?
No, for the safety of Marjorie and myself.
Oh.
Dinier? She must be privy to this conversation.
Yeah, she's looking at the rapier, looking up at him, and she has stepped back once. She looks around and she also says, if they're from the Mages Guild, they must have good reason for this. They're also not overly evil in nature. I think give them the benefit of the doubt.
That's how I'll just laugh at that.
I think we have little choice. Give them the benefit of the doubt and then be on our way.
I'm sick of these guilds.
What happened to the art of conversation?
You're the one that wanted to join one.
I wanted to help.
You also wanted to join one. My entire point at the start of this was we don't have to be involved with anyone. We can go and explore. So now my point is being proven. Please, take us to the underground. I deserve a drink.
Are you all following? As he starts to lead, okay. He starts to lead you all to the left, putting his rapier away, safely tucked.
As if you should keep that. Oh, you keep your hand on that rapier.
He looks back and gives you an acknowledging nod and continues in front of you.
I'll cut you down.
Behind you, you do notice that a few of the bards seem to be a distance away but keeping an eye.
Coward then.
This is the longest robbery.
As you make your way towards what looks to be in the middle of a plaza, a small round plaza, there seems to be simply this stone doorway that has a pyramid that above the ground with a door that's shut, and this pyramid behind it seems to be guiding or on an angle from the doorway to the ground, on a fairly steady angle. And outside this door, or on this door, there seems to be a door handle that you can, like a horseshoe that you knock, and also a symbol of what looks to be a mine.
This is so ominous, I say to him.
There's also a couple of horses that are already tied up outside, and he takes Marjorie and with a rope deftly ties it up to this large wooden beam that's connected to the ground.
Tiki promised me you won't hurt her.
She will not be harmed.
Can you
He
promise
seems to
me?
simply accept it.
Can you promise me you're not going to steal our thing off the back of the cart?
Steal we will not.
Are you going to leave it in the cart?
We will take it with us.
Why would you be taking this with you? This isn't yours to have.
It isn't.
Well, I mean, it's technically no one's. It came from the ground.
No, we found this. It's
It's
ours.
just like the cart we found it and it's ours.
I think it's actually the Earth's.
Being that as it may.
Literally every person here just went.
Being that as it may, we need to see what it is. That is all we ask.
I can tell you what it
No, you cannot.
Have a look at it right there. It's there.
I can-
Have a look and go away.
And what use would you put to it? If you knew what it was.
He takes a hand out and with 3 fingers lifts them. And as he does that, you see the stone rise off the cart. The door swings open. And as he starts to ignore that and walk down, the stone seems to follow him downwards.
I cut his hand off.
You sit on it. Give one flap and sit on the stone.
Okay.
May as well carry me down.
You all going down?
Yeah. What a prick. He just lifts it off. Like, how many hours did he carry this fucking thing for?
It's actually not prick, it's zip.
No. I think it's prick.
Pronounced prick.
Is your name prick or zip?
They jest, my lady.
It's
No, we don't.
Yeah, he's never been called Zip.
It's also Luna. You just
Lunar
called
it
me
is.
my name. That's fine. Madam, not cool.
Well, from very wealthy parents, my lady would have been a commonality for you.
No, I
Interesting.
still ask people to call me Luna.
As you wish. And he
Get it right.
starts to continue to descend. There are torches hanging from the ceiling, from this natural rock, that indeed go downward beneath the earth. You follow him down a doorway, into a doorway, into a long, long hall that ends with darkness. And you continue your way forward with this rock in the air, about waist height.
Is its name Dwayne?
And the quartz,
It took Ben too long.
and the quartz follows through. And you find yourselves going around to the left, and there is also a right-hand hall that still has these natural rock. It's like a darkish, dirty-looking grey stone that seems to be carved out. And on the left-hand side, you are led into what looks to be a very simple room. There's a table in the middle with chairs around. There's a platform on one end and no light. But he then, with his other hand, produces light in a ball, like a small orb that shines and reflects, or not reflects, it just shines through the room and hovers above the table in the very center. Simple wooden chairs. The rock gently floats to the ground and poof, makes connection. Please sit.
I'm gonna sit.
Oh, sit on the rock like I have before.
Yeah, next to me, I'm still on the rock.
I'm gonna sit in a chair.
Okay. And he ignores you as he immediately starts to look at this rock. And as he does, he seems to mumble half to himself and half to you as he says, "We are an offshoot, a faction of the Mages Guild called the Tumlerti. This massive gemstone is called Olinstral. This Olinstral stone we have seen once before and given its name. It has many names. It is also called Healing Stone. It is also called the Wound Closer, as you would see fit." As he continues to put his hand all around it, this one seems to be damaged.
Well, it was about, well, it was a few feet in the ground, so it did have to be dug out.
He cuts you off and starts slowly deeply to see. Sail the bay of whispers where you may find all shinies and thingies and get lost what you're looking for. He sort of continues to pat it down almost, and he lets off a little more light which actually illuminates within the stone. And then around it with a deep and light blue and green.
You know, when we got this stone, we carried it down from the mountain, and we ran into a fey creature of some kind. We gave it an offering of the stone, and it gave us our blessing. Well, it didn't stop us.
You saw a fade.
And now you're gonna thieve it from us, even though we have their blessing.
We did. She was really nice.
I'm gonna go back up that mountain and tell them.
We will not thieve it from you, like I said. But we will give you a choice.
We choose to take the stone and leave.
That is an option. The second option you have, and the safer of the two, is to not let this fall into the wrong hands.
How do we know that you're the right hands?
Wouldn't want anybody healing, going too crazy with the healing.
Well, we wouldn't. Imagine if this got into the hands of a really nasty criminal gang that could continuously heal themselves. It could be quite dangerous.
You're right. It would be awful if this ended up in some gang of robbers who waylaid people in the streets.
When we
You are on fuego.
when we in the streets, us, when we find and see something that is of concern,
You didn't find it though. We did. You
we
intercepted
see-
us and took it.
we will
Like most
see it.
criminals.
We will not steal it from you, as I was saying, but we will give you a choice to leave it here in the safe hands of the Mages Guild, so we can safely make sure that it is never used for ill.
Do I believe that they are good intentioned?
You can certainly
Yeah,
roll for
can
it.
we can I make an insight roll?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Wow, do you know my insight was like my best skill last
Gosh.
season, and it's now not great. Like,
Good.
even though wisdom's high, it's not great.
13.
Mhm.
You love the Atticus voice? Ben,
Oh, yeah.
that's very sweet.
I can't see chat.
Oh,
Thank
no.
you, whoever that was.
It's Doors of Fire.
Why, thank you, Doors of Fire. That's very kind of you. I rolled horribly. I got a 4 and 5.
Yeah, you're not 100% sure as to
Why did
the-
you roll twice?
as to his intentions.
No, I rolled once and add my proficiency.
Add the yeah.
Yeah.
You're not quite sure of the intentions. It's hard to read the voice, so you're quite unsure. But he continues. Your second option is to take it with you, take it back to whomever is interested in this magic, and risk that magic falling into the wrong hands and those who cannot control it, and having it then for ill, and perhaps one day against you.
I'm gonna look at Tinny, and I'm gonna say to her, what would you do?
Well, it's my money, so I want to get it. I want my money.
Ignore the money.
What are you talking about? This is the only. That's the only reason I've gotten this far. I'm not leaving it with you.
Oh, there you go.
Ignore the money.
Ziff, what are you gonna
Wow,
do?
good. That was really rude. I was actually speaking.
I am quite sorry, but I'm trying to answer our friends.
I'm starting to think that none of you respect me.
Continue, I'm sorry.
Well, you've cut me off now.
Please, Lunatara, say your will.
Tinier, money aside, offshoot of the Mages Guild, or your employer.
My employer,
Why?
because I'll get my money.
What are their intentions?
Whose?
The employer.
Well, you heard it from me. The Swords Imperial are not going to use anything like this for ill. They know what they're doing.
How are we to believe that though?
Good enough for me.
But do you believe that more than the people who just forced us into a dark hallway?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, not great. Not a great circumstance. I really don't like being under here. It's not nice. I feel uncomfortable. But also, good point about it being in the wrong hands. And Tinian did say herself that these are not bad people.
So she said that about every guild that we've passed. If all these guilds are not bad people, why do they act like this?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a part of one.
And I'll look at Zipper, like Big Nose. What do you expect? Jeez. Like, you start with the conversation. You put us on the back foot. I think you're a dick. You try to be menacing. It doesn't really work. This ominous long hallway. Like, who built this? Why is this hallway this long?
Why is it underground?
I'm like, start with, hey,
It's
we
really
are from
dark.
this guild. We think you should do this. Not this whole drag us down here. No, I just want to take this stone away from you just for this.
Perhaps there's a
It's really
compromise.
gross down here.
Our good friend Tinia and roughly 75% of our group are motivated by the coin. So if you were to make a higher bid,
And
You might be
Velo
inclined.
brings up a good point. If you're going to requisition this
Keeping-
stone from us, well, how are you going to repay us back?
keeping in mind you're not just paying for the stone, you're also paying for us to lie, so that the Mouse King doesn't come back here and take it.
Ah, so you're working for the Mouse King.
Nah.
I never signed
Deception.
up for work for the
You can make a deception check, but it'll be a disadvantage because you mentioned the Mouse King.
No. the
I
Mouse
also
King is-
mentioned the Mouse King earlier.
I'm gonna say confidently, no, the Mouse King is who we will send back here to cut your throat. We don't work for him. Oh! Nat 20.
Again.
Oh!
Yeah,
Fucking
right.
hell.
Two nat 20s tonight. Very nice.
And if you do away with him, someone.
The Mouse King does not concern us. He's no threat. Not to the Mages Guild.
Why
He's
do
so
the Fae
cute.
hate him?
I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
Why
I
does
don't-
anyone hate him?
Why did you get kicked out of the Fighters Guild?
I wasn't aware of this
Oh
information.
my
I'm
god,
not
no
sure.
one's aware of anything.
And to your point, tall, dark, and
Handsome.
something.
His
Handsome.
name's
Brooding,
Sid.
apparently.
Handsome.
If they call him
Brooding is a better word. There's.
He's not brooding.
Have you seen this jaw?
We
That's
do not.
seasonal.
We do not have these conversations in plain sight. And this is, in fact, a tavern. We just own this room.
Whoop-dee. Look, our initial offer was 50% of the cut from this thing. The way I look at that, it's 4 of us, my cut is 12.5%. Knock 12.5% of this stone off, that's me done, I'll walk away.
Actually, yes.
So you are in it for the coin.
Yes.
I want 12.5% of this stone.
You want me to give you some of the stone?
That's my cut.
No deal.
Alright, then what was the other option? We just walk away with the stone?
If you so want.
Knowing our consequences.
What was the consequences?
If it gets into the
Oh,
wrong
okay.
hands, it's our fault and it will potentially be used against us in the future.
So we have to live with ourselves.
Well,
Like, that's been so horrible.
to be fair, if it does get in the hands of someone truly evil, then I will probably be upset with us all as well.
So how are these people not truly evil?
I'm not saying they're not, I'm just saying
So
either
the better
way.
option is at least I know what I am.
But you don't know what the Mouse King is.
Yeah. Well, again, I'll give him the same offer. My cut is 12.5% of the stone.
We actually agreed to 50%.
Yeah. There's
Better
4 of
deal.
us, so out of that 50%.
Yeah, but we're not working for the Mouse King. Like I said earlier, But if he's no threat, why not just take it off him after we deliver it?
Because if I know it is the same Mouse King that you mentioned, he is wily. He will disappear.
What if you follow us then?
And simply confront him in public. Is that what you're asking?
Well,
Good enough for us.
It is not good enough for the Mages Guild. We do not work in that manner, which is why you are here.
I will say that while my friends are in it for the coin, I am not. So if they were to get the coin that they wanted, I don't think they would care who it went to. So maybe you could make a higher bid. I know that's not what you want to do, but it's probably what will make these three happy. Tiniere also needs to be paid, so instead of maybe giving me a cut, you can give her one.
Persuasion check, please.
Ah! Which dice?
Pick the best one.
They're all pretty average right now until I get the Aeoncraft ones.
Hey, that was pretty good. 15. No, it's a +4. So it's a
19.
17.
10 plus 4.
What was a 13?
You
plus-
physically
sorry.
want some of the stone.
I want
No,
my
I think
cast.
I want money.
No.
Oh, you want stone? Okay. Well, Sid wants stone.
Well, I also will need a chunk of this stone, mostly to give to the Mouse King, so we don't go back empty-handed.
Your words were convincing, Luzitarum, but the stone will not leave this room unless you take all of it and do not agree to the Mages Guild's requests.
What happens if we cut it up? I'm not saying like we're asking you to do it. Let's say we left here and they smashed it to pieces.
Who smashed it to pieces?
These three.
Not even us. There's
I-
other alliances here that
What
want to see
happened?
that.
I'm not sure. We've only come across this stone once.
So why are you so apprehensive to it?
Because what we found within the stone was dangerous.
What is it?
Again, with the information you do not have, you are safer.
No, but if you want us to make the most informed decision and be truly held accountable for our consequences, then we should know all of the information.
It's not what it can do. It's not what it can do.
Well, you're hiding a lot of things, and I don't think it's fair for us to make a decision without all of the information.
Yeah, you suck.
Zif,
Tell us.
I've been nothing but nice to you.
I think you are slightly misinformed here. You are considering us as
Would
mercenaries.
please don't undo my hard work. I'm really trying with this guy.
But no, we are heroes, yes?
No,
Yeah,
please don't listen to them. They're stupid.
yeah.
I don't know about you then, Luna, but I'm here to right some wrongs that have happened.
Yeah, wouldn't you like all of the information so that you can do that?
Exactly. And
Yes.
Zif is here to help
So
us, support
please
us.
stop
and
undoing what I'm
He
saying.
will tell us what's needed to be known.
Your bickering is becoming concerning. The one thing I've heard is that the Drow wants a physical peace, and so does the Aarakocra. This I cannot do.
Ziv,
Therefore,
give us the money. Not the money, the information.
leave and take it or not. It is your choice.
Well, if we leave and we take it, and you don't give us the information, then truly it is on your head if anything bad happens, because we were not informed enough to make a fully rounded decision.
Estimate Luna is quite correct if you say that your defense is for the realm.
Because
then-
my defense will be, well, how am I to know? I wasn't given that information.
I personally don't care.
Shut up.
This might be a little bit alarming, so please bear with me. He then, through his sleeve, takes out what looks to be a hooked
This was bad.
knife. And with that, he takes it to his wrist and shears the skin and bone and flesh in one wipe. And the hand is severed and falls onto the ground. With his other hand, he picks it up and slams it on the table in front of you.
I can see why he didn't want to tell us.
This, in a shaky voice, he says, "This is nothing. This is not pain compared to what information we potentially possess. The information is too much. You are not privy to it, but what you can know is we will tear ourselves apart before we let insolent, informed, and potentially unintelligent beings take a hold of this, a hold of the magic in this place. Be gone. Leave with it. Now."
Can I pick up his
And
hand?
on your heads it is.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. You gonna eat that? And I pointed his hand.
This gives you a bit of a grimace.
That's intense. I guess he's not going to be playing any guitar soon.
Well, I'll start, annoyingly, I'll be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake," and I'll start tying right back around this thing.
All right. All right.
I'd ask you to give me a hand, but
Yeah, why don't you do the thing and live on?
All right. Are you just dragging it, or are you helping out with lifting it?
Luna, you look a little bit stressed. Did he cut his hand off? What have you seen before coming out here?
No, that's a pretty fair reaction. That guy
yeah,
didn't.
it's like, to
okay.
be fair, but I haven't seen that.
Never seen
No.
anyone cut their hand off just to prove a point.
Yeah.
Are we still looking?
Yeah.
Is he still there?
He's now gone to a corner of the room and sat down, and is now just trying to staunch a bit of blood flowing from his wrist.
Are you planning to reattach this when we leave? Because I hope we know that when we leave, you're going to come over here, pick this hand up, and try and reattach it. Which undermines the whole point you were trying to make.
And take it with you.
I will.
To
Pick up his
prove it.
hand, throw it, if there's any rings on it.
Bello, that's weird. Leave the hand.
No, we're probably got a point.
It doesn't have any rings.
Ah,
Please leave that.
I'll leave the hand. She said.
I'll just be like trying to drag this in.
Make a strength.
Where's
Make a strength check.
where's
That's finally better. That was -1, so 15.
15. You do drag it pretty well across the room.
Because it's making like a awkward,
It's very. It's crunching against the ground.
What's Tinier doing? Or is she-
She's looking on in shock, but following you. Sit.
Luna, I'm concerned.
I think we should leave it here.
The hand?
The hand? I will.
The rock.
Well, what's
all
he
this
going to
way.
do?
Have I gotten to the stairs yet?
Noelle, okay, so hold on. Are you all leaving?
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'd be like slowly following, like
Okay.
at the back of the pack, like feet dragging like a weirded out toddler.
Okay.
If I was looking forward to dueling you, I guess I can't do that now.
With his, again, a shaky voice, you can see sweat pouring from his face. Doesn't seem fair, does it?
Ooh, can I like slide a hand again? And I'm gonna put a little bit of rock in
He
my
has
water
them.
pouch.
A rock in the what?
In the water pouch
Yeah.
that I got. Can I do that?
Yeah. When you say a little bit of a rock, what do you mean? Like just
The
a...
crystal I've got.
Oh, that you've got. Sure.
Yeah. 16. Well, it's 16 and 7.
Okay, yeah. He doesn't seem to notice. He's a bit preoccupied.
With his hand being off.
It seems inadequate for you to cut your hand off with such a burden that you don't fully may know yourself, and have this, and I offer to give him some water. Will you take it?
He takes it with one hand. Gives you a nod.
And this water's got the
Yeah.
crystal in it.
Sure.
Yeah. And what happens?
He just puts it on this side.
Oh, I'm like gonna pour it in his mouth.
He's just giving you a bit of a shake of the head. I'm not thirsty right now.
He's what?
Believe me, not thirsty.
If you wish to undo what you've done, perhaps you should. As an influential player of music, surely you're going to miss your hand.
Leave me.
Intellectual.
I think we should leave the rock. Anyone that's gonna cut off their own hand for this.
No, he's obviously crazy.
Put a cork back in it, then.
Keep it.
These are your wishes. Red, don't forget that I tried to help you.
Okay.
I'm going to throw him his own hand, underarm, and go, here. That way it'll be
Can I
near
catch
you
it?
when you lose. That way it'll be right near you when you lose consciousness 20 seconds after we leave the room. Stupid.
Okay. You're leaving.
Come on, Sid. And I go and catch the ropes and yeah.
Carry it. You all leave the room, shutting the door behind you. Tania is the last to leave. She does. As you walk along the corridor leading out, you get to the crossroads that has the long walk back to the stair. But it's a much shorter hallway now. Looks the same, it's just shorter. And there's a door at the end. Closed. Wooden. With an arched stone around it.
I'm going to try and push the door open.
As you look and you push the door open, you are within it. And at the other end of this square-looking room, there seems to be another closed door. Another sort of just a general stone archway with grey with a wooden door. And I'd like everyone to please,
No.
go into your Ardent app.
Which card are we using tonight, Michele?
We're using the dungeon card.
Fabulous. We're all dead.
And the spectator code is actually the same. Boom. Okay.
You mean the Bureau of Meteorology?
Spectator code is the same. And I'm just going to do this and this. And you should all see that.
Loaded up, yeah.
You should all see it. Let me know if you don't, but hold that card out.
We're just waiting
That's
for
right.
it to.
It can pop up.
Yeah, if you go.
Dungeon card.
Ooh. Oh wow. Okay.
So you can all download the Ardent Roleplay app and go into spectator mode.
Oh, wow.
And get this up.
This is ominous looking.
Ooh.
Let's kill this dude with one hand.
He made it a bit easier for us.
Oh, fatalities are like, I'm going to put the nub in his throat.
Ugh.
We don't use the word knob in history.
So what do you see? Is it the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We see the
Yeah.
antechamber.
The antechamber.
Is that a lever?
As you look over on that side of the door, on that side of the door, you do seem to see a lever. Yes.
Ooh.
As you walk, you're at the doorway of this
The open doorway.
this open doorway. Yeah. You're inside that open doorway.
That's hacking cool.
You do see some 3 arches on both sides of the room as well. They seem to only have what looks to be stone beyond, however, natural stone.
They handprints on the wall?
There does seem to be a couple, now that they go up and have a bit more of a look, a couple of handprints.
It's the mages of the one hand.
I'm going to. Do I remember coming through this antechamber on the way down?
No.
But I do remember. But I went back through the same door I came in through, and it's
Yes.
taken me somewhere else.
Seems to.
I'm going to turn to make a penny. Don't close that door behind us.
As the last person in the lineup, I will hold the door open.
All right, I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please. Because what happens is, as you walk in, the door seems to attempt to push itself onto you.
Oh, I've got the hand. We can stick it in between.
Yeah, do it.
I don't think we have that hand.
It's a natural 1 minus 1.
Oh.
It rolled a 4. So
0.
pretty much any roll would have been that. But as you watch the door, you all watch as Luna really tries to suddenly
My muscles
push
are sore from
against
digging.
this door, and it
Can I help embrace
slams
her?
down.
Can I help
Please don't
embrace her and give
embrace
her?
It's
It's done?
a bit too quick.
Okay.
As it just appears and it shuts and slams.
Don't worry about it. I figured that was going to be a magic door. The door at the other end of the antechamber. I'm going to turn it to make a penny. I bet you this is locked. Watch this. I'm going to go up to the door.
Wait, Bello.
What?
Do you think you should take a moment if there's a trap?
Who would trap this?
I would hate to see my friend turn into a barbecue chicken.
I bet you'd love that.
Or maybe some salt and pepper, yeah, but not right now. I have neither.
All right.
Are you good at checking for traps?
He makes a good point. Let's find out.
Can I make it like a
Guidance.
You can make an
investigation?
investigation check.
Gonna tap Velo on the head and guide her.
I will check for traps.
Okay.
Traps of any kind. Funny looking stones sticking out of the ground. Tripwires. Laser beams of some kind.
Prostitutes.
Sharks with laser beams on their heads.
That's an 8 and a 4.
12? Okay.
Yeah.
You don't seem to see anything weird. Nothing sticking out, nothing that looks like it's
2.
a 2. However,
Is that with the D4?
Oh no, that's
No.
not.
Oh, have we still got that?
No, but I gave it to him.
No, okay.
Without that.
I mean, it will still be a maximum of 6.
That might be all I need. Hey,
No,
it
I
is a
got a
maximum
12.
of 6.
fantastic. Okay.
You still don't see
you don't
anything.
Just the lever, and you go over to the door, the other door on the other side of the room.
Having checked for traps and being sure that it's safe and sound, I'm going to look. No stress. I'm going to try and open the door.
It
Can I
is
die?
not able to open though. There is what looks to be a keyhole, but nothing around you that would indicate a key but it is locked.
This is the door on the other end of
Yeah.
the one where he's got locked out of.
Yeah,
What do you know?
And he was able to safely move up there.
seems to be.
Anything on the ceiling?
Looking up, you didn't see anything untoward. No,
No, like grates or.
it's only natural stone. A bit of an arch to it. There is. No, there's nothing.
Can I move up to where Velo is? Sorry.
No, you're right.
And I'm going to use my thieves
Mm-hmm.
tools, and try and pick the lock.
Alrighty.
I am proficient with them.
So you'll just add your proficiency bonus.
Times.
We'll just roll a d20 and add your proficiency bonus.
Yeah. Oh, it's double if you have expertise.
Do you have expertise?
No, I don't. 17 and a 2, 19.
19 in total.
Here, let me talk to this thing. Stick my, I don't know how this is going to go. I could fail. Stick my pick and my dagger in one side and try and listen out.
All right.
Put my ear up against it and listen for the clicks.
Okay. As you feel for that sweet spot, you hear this.
It's a mimic.
My potion's written off.
As you hear that last loud clunk, that would signify the door opening. It does. Open slightly ajar.
It's a door.
I'm going to try and, I'm not going to just, got this done. gonna move out smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
Take one moment just in case. There could be a trap on the other side of this. And just kind of like perch there for a moment, take a step back, and flip to the side to take like a position against the wall in case
Okay.
there's like a blast or anything.
All right. As you take that position, you all start to hear this rushing. As water from that door just barrels through the door and just torrents through. I need everyone but Hood to make me a dexterity saving throw because
Oh no. It's gonna be on the app.
I'd just be whinging the whole time about this rock going, oh my fucking god, I hate this.
Oh yeah. Can I grab onto the rope attached to the rock as this water blasts on in?
yes, it can. Yes, you can.
Oh my gosh.
The water starts
Oh my
to
gosh. It's
fill
rising.
this chamber
Hell yeah, that's so cool.
as the liquid quickly starts to continue to rush in to this room from that doorway.
Quick, everyone spam the TPK emote.
Thanks, Ioncraft. The water starts to fill more and more, and you feel. What was your dexterity saving throws?
21.
Yep.
Jeez. 15?
15.
17 plus 2, 19.
You all save against this
Jeez.
torrent of flood that seems to be getting higher and higher.
I'm gonna swim back to the door that we came through.
Yep,
Is there a keyhole or anything like that?
there is.
Can I see through it?
Make a perception check. It's starting to just touch the edge of the water as it rises.
That's 11 plus 5 for 16.
16. Through there, you seem to see the same way you came in. So the pathway that leads into the two paths, as though you just entered into the underground. And the sloshing of the water has you all soaked. The rock is just floating above the water and just almost just underneath as well.
Tania, let's get this thing quickly. Come on.
She rushes and swims towards the rock and just starts to hold it, but her feet are not quite touching the bottom anymore.
I'm gonna run over to her and I'm gonna put her on my shoulders.
Yep. You'll be almost under the water, but you're not quite. Your face and neck and just below your neck is still above the water.
I'm gonna try and the water's coming from the sides, yeah, not.
From the other doorway that you picklocked.
Does it go up or is it flat?
It's flat, but it's rising.
No, I mean like the corridor.
The corridor,
Does it ascend or does it just flat?
the one that you're looking through is just flat like you're used to.
New door.
New door, there's nothing.
Right.
There's darkness and water. Go on, Bella.
How far is the water from the ceiling at this point?
At this point, it's probably the ceiling's quite high. It's probably another 10 feet.
And we've all slept since we last saw
Yes.
our companions.
Yes.
I'm gonna say, I can see into the next room, and I at least have the ability to step in there magically. But what are the rest of you?
Oh, I used my mystic step.
Have we rested?
A
since?
couple of days before, though.
Oh, excuse me while I long rest. But then take away the spell slot I used to charm that person. Yes, I can use that thing.
Gonna look at Tinia. Tinia for a second here. You can you do that?
Do what?
Step.
Misty step.
I'm sorry, no, I don't know what that is.
Even with dark vision, I can't see down this corridor. Bah.
With my neck up. No, I have no idea what that is. I'm trying to get Tinia to use her upper body strength while I carry her to drag that closer to the door.
Okay. Make a strength check.
I'm also trying to get this rock dragon.
All right.
Via the ropes.
15.
Make your separate strength check.
15.
Pull that lever on the wall.
Yeah, you're gonna pull the lever.
What happens if we pull the lever?
As you pull that lever down,
Can you just get up forward?
the door breaks off as more of a torrent of water just flows in. It's now getting higher. What'd you get for your strength roll?
15.
Sorry.
15 and
6.
6. Okay. This rock is not going your way. It seems to just be floating higher and higher as you try and pull it downward and on an angle. It's not really budging too much.
I'm gonna yell out, Ziv! Help!
No.
We're here
reply.
because of Sif, Luna.
No, we're here because of us.
Luna, if you haven't caught on just yet, we're in this situation because Sif dragged us here.
I've caught on. I've caught on. The problem is, we took the rock that he wanted, and therefore we are being flooded in. If we had have just given him the rock, which we don't actually really care about that much, it would all have been okay.
I don't know what your life is like out here, but I need money.
Can I have your lockpicks, please? I'd like to live.
No.
Can I pull out a hand axe
Mhm.
and try and smash off the end of the rock that I have the rope attached to?
Make an attack roll. Yep.
I think I can pick the lock from the other side.
14?
Or you could die.
You slam the axe into the rock and it ricochets off.
I'll wait till my turn comes around again
Alright.
and I'll attempt to again.
Okay.
Anyone else have any lockpicks on them that aren't particularly valuable? Timia?
I'm sorry. I've got tools. Whoa, 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 whoa. She dives under the water and just brings herself from her feet upward again. So it's sort of poof, back up above the water. I can only tread water for so long.
That would imply I'm underwater because I was carrying her on my back.
Your mouth is just under the water now.
Anything on the roof, like lights, fixtures, anything like
Make a
that?
perception check.
Never mind.
Okay, nothing.
I guess I'll skim back to the top. And you're at the back, are you?
Yeah, looking at you.
Don't fucking lose these, Velo. And I'm not going to throw, I'm just going to push it down.
Push it down. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
Very
as the
carefully.
stream takes it back
It
down.
is
to-
I'm
fairly
gonna
dark here.
guide.
Okay.
Thank you.
You do grab them, but it is getting quite dark.
I'm going to get them and I'm going to swim down to that little keyhole. I'm going to look at a spot on the other side of the door. Any bit of ground at all. I'm going to cast Misty Step. And step to that space.
All right. You instantly appear on the other side of that door.
Alright, and
And you are soaked. Your feathers are
Are you still
so drenched.
very quickly, where am I?
You
Just
are
looking around.
where you expect to be. Where you were as you entered in this room.
Is that guy still lying against the wall, bleeding?
You don't see him. You see the hallway that leads into the two paths, and then it's on the left-hand side that you initially saw that scene.
Oh, for a split second, I look at just to think about running away. But I don't. I turn around. I'm going to start picking this lock.
All right.
Where's that D4?
So D20. Do you have proficiency with lockpicks?
I
With thieves' tools?
very much doubt that I do.
You can add the D4. Can I see Velo?
Through the water, make a perception check, but do it with disadvantage.
I have dark vision.
Then that's fine. Just do a straight roll.
I'd have to hang on, I'm just adding the item. I don't think I do. What's the skill check for that?
D20.
The forgery kit doesn't actually give you anything other than the ability to pick a lock unless you're proficient in it,
12.
from my memory.
12?
You can pick the
You do
lock.
see it.
I can see that Velo's not
Yes.
drowning.
Yes.
I'm going to Misty Step to the other side.
All right. You see Luna right next to you.
17.
A 17.
Good.
And slowly the door opens.
I yank it open.
As you do, you hear a rush of water from behind you. As you look over, you see this torrent of water bash you and Amara into
Who's
the room.
Amara?
Sorry, Luna, into the room. Sorry, I'm tired. Into the room, and you're back into the room, and the water's rising higher again.
Can I try and grab the door so I'm not?
Yep.
What do I need to do?
Has this
No, you
leveled
just
out so
grab
it's
it.
given us
So
more
that I'm not
room?
blown
Yeah,
back
yeah.
into the room. Yeah.
What's that?
Because of the extra room that we've gotten, has that brought
It's brought it
the
down
water
slightly,
level?
but probably another foot, but it's rising again.
Corridor continues back to where Ziff was.
Yes.
I'm going to start swimming that way.
All right. Make me an athletics check.
12. Oh no, that's an 18 minus 1.
All right. You continue to swim towards that, and you do succeed. You all watch as Luna is swimming just with all of her might towards where Ziff was.
Does the water get lower?
It does.
This way!
I'm gonna follow.
I'll start
Have we
trying
still
to
got the stone?
drag the rock.
Yeah.
Make me a strength check.
Are we
all
doing that
this-
with advantage?
With all this water, it's just a straight roll.
3.
Is
I'm not close enough to guide you.
Dinia is
Can you still
simply,
attach?
she's just trying to save her own life, and she's trying to
Yeah,
swim
I'm
as
not
well.
doing well at that one either. 5. It's a flat 5.
Dinia is lagging behind. She's rolled a 4 and an athletics 6, and she just tries to swim, but the torrent is pushing her back.
If I get to a point where I can comfortably stand and it's not like me drowning, like I'm talking waist height, I'm going to take out my rope and throw it out to my friend.
Not waist height yet.
That.
No.
Well, I'm holding that action.
Okay, sure.
I'm drenched.
Mm-hmm.
And where's Tinia?
Dinia is way behind you. She's a good 10 feet or 15 feet behind
Can I
you.
catch up to her?
You can go back towards her,
Yeah,
yes.
so she's close to the door that I picked,
Correct.
right? I'll move up to her. Do I lose extra feet of movement because of the water?
You're fine.
And I'm gonna grab her. Tinia, what is most important to you right now?
Saving my life, not money anymore.
Come on then. And has she got a pick on her?
She does.
I'm gonna grab it and just smack a piece of part of the rock.
Okay.
Gather up what you can and put it in your pockets. We'll get what we can, but we need to get out of here.
All right. As she looks around trying to find something to put into her pockets. She doesn't find anything, but she grabs hold of you, and together you're pulling yourself with this pick.
Yeah. Sid.
With one more guttural yell.
You have 2 more attacks on this if you want, with the time it passed.
Okay. What's it looking like? Do I have to make a roll to gather my distance from where Lutheran's?
No, you can just see.
I'll go for one more attack, trying
Okay.
to knock off at least a decent chunk that the rope's attached to.
Okay, sure.
There we go. That is a natural 20.
Whoa!
Plus
Hey.
5.
Jeez. You slam with the sharp bit of that axe in a particular angle, and indeed, a good third of the rock shears off, beautifully flat, into your arms, and it's easily carried.
How are you guys looking?
Well, yeah, do myself and Tinia grab bits of the rock?
There are bits and pieces that are cut off after. You do grab those. You get about 5 pieces, small.
Oh, after I hit it with the pick?
Oh, you're hitting the rock with the pick.
Yeah.
Oh, apologies. Yeah, that's still fine. Yeah, still only 5 pieces.
5 pieces?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, about the size of maybe half your fist.
I'm a big cat, I got big fists. How many? Thousands of.
No.
Did she get about 5 pieces as well? Or
No,
just
5 between you two.
Between two.
Yeah.
I collect it up, I look at Sid. Do you look satisfied?
I do not look satisfied, but I'm better than I was.
You are all now nearly underwater. Pretty much underwater right now. You have
I'm
the-
gonna unharness
you are,
Tinia.
it's still up to your shoulder for both of you.
I'm gonna keep going until
Okay,
I'm
keep going.
at a lower level.
All right.
I've yelled out to them.
Okay.
with the intention of backing up enough so that I can help them, not to run away.
I'm going to grab Tenier and dismount her heavy backpack to hopefully help her.
You unhook it, and she looks back in a little bit of regret, but she continues on with you.
And then grab her and go downstream, I guess, with
Okay,
the equipment we got.
athletics check for you.
Yeah, I'd be trying to make sure we're all getting out. So
Athletics. You two see, because you're a fair bit more ahead, that beyond there are stairs leading up to a door, and that's where the water is ceasing. About halfway up the stairs.
That's like athletics strength. I got 13.
That'll do it.
18.
Yeah, that's fine. So you both catch up with Luna and Velo, and you all together start to climb these stairs. And you are all very, very soaked, but you are now above waist height. As the water seems to subside, you all make your way up the stairs. And this, on that left-hand side, that corridor doesn't seem to lead back into Zip's room, but it seems to lead up the stairs towards the entrance of this underground tavern. Whereas you open the door, you see a bright light. Marjorie's waiting,
Is there people,
Unharmed.
unharmed.
is there people drinking in the tavern, or is it just a big empty room?
You're now outside, out of the entrance again. You didn't actually see anything like a tavern, but there were other paths that you hadn't visited. But behind you, you see just water, filled. No one seems to be panicked. No one outside seems to look over with enough focus to notice what that you are quite wet, and then. You now have about a third of the rock plus extra. As you look around at each other, that's where we'll end it.
I fucking knew it. See, we're finished the stream. I can say that.
Nicely done. Well
It's
done.
fucking rock, eh?
Excellent. Yeah, yeah.
Stressful.
Beautifully done. Excellent work. Good rolling.
Oh, I don't know.
And good going with the Misty stuff. Nice. Well done. Hope you enjoyed that stream, and hopefully everyone did at home as well, and those who will rewatch it. We'll be putting this one up a bit sooner than last episode onto YouTube and podcasts.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. But yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Thank
Coming
you so much.
soon to Android platforms.
Yes, yeah, we'll get
Yeah.
that onto your Android places there. Yeah, definitely Promethean. Well done with those announcements.
Thanks for the run.
And,
Promethean.
yes.
Didn't really
And
do much.
Kofi as well.
Look, we do have a Ko-fi. Yeah, look, if you are absolutely hungry to support us, thank you so much in advance. But you can go into our Ko-fi, just search for Fate Script, and there you go. Thank you very much, Nightbot, and NBCDM. Ko-fi, ko-fi.com.
MBCDM just
You can
needs
get
to
us
be a
more
mod at
shots
this
of Ron.
point.
That's right.
It's like runs our stream pretty much.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. But there you can support us. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Yeah.
Also, can't end the night without thanking Ardent Roleplay.
Yes.
Yeah.
AR is just so cool. Seeing the water fill
Yes.
that room,
Oh,
yeah.
so chic.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ardent
Awesome
Roleplay.
visual.
Thank you, Clint, and thank you to anyone that used the spectator code
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
see
So
that.
yeah, if anybody old to our channel and new, check out Arden Roleplay. Really cool.
Nice.
You might even see some of us in old streams.
Yes.
Maybe. All right. We'll see you everybody next week. Have an amazing evening and week. Take care.